Welcome to
This game is
Target.
gonna sit in his room and pout. I
on
don't
Target, it's Burger.
like it. This game's gonna
I
be
don't know
called
what
British
that-
Hurricane versus Angry Titans.
It's like Target,
And what
but with
we
food.
just mentioned on the desk and what those
Oh.
guys just mentioned too.
Target
The
doesn't-
fact that they are the big favourites.
There's certain places,
7-0
there's
is
certain
the
targets
current
that do.
record between these two teams. So you best
Okay,
believe
where
Hurricane
were
want
we?
to
Because
take
the bots
that
are running.
11-0
Okay.
right here,
All right.
now. And
I thought
Angry
we were
Titans,
just
they're gonna
watching.
be, they're
So-
gonna be keen to get rid of that big in
Let's
his
keep
measure.
doing
I don't know if
this.
Philibert is using the hack as effectively as he could here. Probably
Okay,
could
we're
have
We were
not-
talking about pressuring the monkey on the Mega.
Oh, yeah.
Somber right
Yeah, yeah.
now, or they're going to need that territory
Let's
and
go
make
back
sure
to
British
the-
Hurricane are fighting within that territory. Yeah, I can imagine.
So
Back to the monkey.
let's slowly go back to that. Then I remember the sprays. Okay, monkey's going here. And so they're pressuring monkey, but at the same time, again, I think they should have a power play, and I think these 7-second windows teams should be painfully aware of, because I think you can force on a fight onto at least a backline or something. Like, you have pretty cool focus potential, but instead only
You
got
pause the
just.
bot? Oh, okay.
So, how does Oni got feet here?
He goes in pit and gets picked. Maybe you don't go in the pit. You go in the pit, you don't get wrecked.
Jesus.
Simple as that.
It's like these are piranhas. I wonder what I should. I have a death wish. Jeez. This is okay. So they keep going. I mean, they're 1 up now. Now they're also off their mega, and I mean, at this point, it's just like.
They're just falling back to their point instead of playing around the mega at that point.
Honestly, I think if Onigod just waits and they play with Sombra, who's much quicker than Zen, and Zen also died like 3 seconds later, they have such a power play. I don't know if you can even lose that.
So you're saying if Onigod doesn't die?
Yeah, like, look at this. Like, again, right? So, we're here. No, I mean. We're here. They're getting Crusade. Crusade is slow as hell, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
It's not like Funny Astra's going to pick him up or anything, right? So,
Oh, okay,
he
I see what
dies
you're
now, right?
saying. Mhm.
So let's count. Dies now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds plus the time that Sombra takes less than a Zen to walk up there. They have easily like a 10 to 15 second window in which they could just pummel you with 5v6, right?
So my only thing against that is that in triple DPS compositions where your third DPS would be Sombra, right?
Mm-hmm.
She acts like a support in the sense that when she gets a hack, she's kind of unintentionally making room, right? Like if you get hacked, you immediately have to change position because you can't take the same position as like a Diva or a Winston if you don't have any of your abilities available.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this strategy is kind of around the fact that the space that a Diva would create for you that you're just omitting is made up by the pick potential from Widow and the hack and kind of suppression, right, from Sombra, like literally silencing people from using abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that pick is a big deal. The problem is that now if they do want to act on this power play, then it has to be the Widow. Like, yes, Onigod can get in and do a lot of work, but I think it's not as huge. It's hard for them to get anything done because they are kind of like trying to position the Widow.
Yeah.
And if you out-position the Widow, she becomes kind of useless.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It's hard to post her up in some way that doesn't immediately get dangerous. Like, she could post
Exactly.
up here, but like even if she gets here, then she doesn't have any cooldown, so you could theoretically just punish her with your dive, right? But I mean, yeah, this is like thing is this contenders, right? So like it's not like at this point people think like, okay, so fourth move chess, like I don't think they are even realizing that they're having a power play. And if they were to realize that, then it takes additional like computational power for Hurricane to realize. like that the
Yeah.
Widow maybe got here or whatever, right? Before it's too late. So ideally, like I don't even think Overwatch League teams would do this reliably, to be honest. But yeah, I suppose. Let's keep going though. Like just clean that up, and now it's sort of like less scary because you can probably just keep them from getting the mega. I mean, they're fighting that.
So my thing, real fast, and I've talked to Noukky about it before, is, and we're seeing it now, is why not Sombra here? Or not Sombra, I'm sorry, Moira. Put Crusade on Moira.
We personally don't really like Moira with dive, like with traditional dive, that is, because somehow you kind of feel like you're lacking damage.
Yeah.
Like you cannot focus targets
definitely.
down so good, and especially you cannot peel as good because you cannot burst tanks.
Yeah, I don't think like this is sort of like a stylistic choice, but like you're definitely not a defensive team, right? So
True.
like taking that punch off is like, I mean, like in a theoretical, just like when everyone's like has no strategical inclinations or like gameplay style, yeah, sure. But like if you're a team like that, yeah, I don't know.
Do you guys run Widow here at times, or is it just normally just dive?
Sometimes.
Who's your Widow? Craigie?
You think so?
Craggy, Kip, or Hafiku.
Yeah,
Sweet.
that's the good thing about it.
That's
They
that's basically the standard answer for everything you want to ask.
Yeah. Like, oh, who plays Sombra? Ah, good question.
No.
That's a lot of people.
Okay, so let's keep going. So, I mean, this is just a cleanup, right? I mean,
Unfortunately.
okay, so what we actually said about the Widow, right? Like, that actually happened. She actually posts up, and you do actually... I mean, not immediately, but... Like, it's sort of like the next target in succession. It's not like you immediately counter the Widow after this, right? When she jumps up here... Look at this. So, blah, blah, blah. Then you kill Ludi after this. And then Widow is now up here. And the dive is definitely not for Widow, but Kip's like, oh, next red target. I gotta see red. So, yeah, I mean... Yeah. This is dangerous. Like, she doesn't have to hook after this. It's not like she can win that fight, but just hypothetically from what we said earlier, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good that they pulled the trigger on that immediately after.
Jesus. Craig is
What?
lucky here. Wait,
Oh,
how did Huffy die?
Effie had to reset. He reset mech.
When did he get demacked?
Do you guys actually kill A Fox? Or is that...
I mean, having your tank line die there...
It's not ideal, but, you
Yeah.
know, it is what it is.
Yeah, so, I guess.
It sucks because Fusions jumped to kill Ludi on the pillar, and then I think he immediately killed Ludi and then got headshot. And it was like, well,
I mean,
that's
this is exactly like this is. He's going to die here, isn't he? Like he really should. Look at this, right? Like if you are already, so it would be one thing if you're defending that here, right? But they are not even taking duels. I mean, maybe he's baiting here, possibly.
Craggy.
And yeah, Craigie baiting for, but it's like, okay, you have no tanks, right? So you want to maybe take the duel, but he gets, I think, right clicked by AFOS.
I think it's like Zen right clicked, right?
Super close. Like, you should probably be dead here, right?
Yeah, by rights, yeah, you probably could have died.
So even if you're not dead, you have now recalled, 3 blinks out. I guess you have, I mean, they don't have too much to follow up on that.
Do you think Ludi could have died there? Like, I feel like he was way out in the open, like super deep in construction. I feel like that's like instant, like pop that boy. Like, watch him.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
one, yeah.
In there, dude.
Yeah.
I think I like the idea that Kid's trying to put across, like, oh, like they don't know I'm here, so why bother? But I don't know. I feel like that's just a free Lucia, like every day of the week. And I think Fusions knows that, where he's just like, oh shit, there's Ludi, let's get him. And then like things are a little bit disjointed there. Like maybe not everybody's on the same page.
Yeah. I mean, he's like secret agent here, right?
Yeah.
This looks so ridiculous. Look at this. Okay, so. Oh, I'm the trap master. Right click. He's gone. It's pretty funny. I mean, okay, so this is not too bad. Now they don't have a tank, right?
I guess the question I would pose here is I feel like you've both lost very important targets to your composition. You've lost Angry Titans has lost legitimate the only way, or the only good way, and the only consistent way you can actually make space, and you've lost a source of healing and a large source of damage. Do you feel like you need to beat here? Is this a beatable situation, right? Like you sound very
wait.
like you have to.
Is that not a beat? Oh wait, let me see.
I think that was a I tried to rescue Crusade beat.
Yeah, that was a rescue beat. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Because he pressed it before Crusade was dead.
Yeah. Almost
He didn't think that that Oki would probably hit the shot or something, or like he tried to do it before Oki hit the shot.
Yeah.
How dependable are like I'm going to save you beats? Because I feel like they're like real hit or miss. Because I've seen like old selfless VODs where they like tried to beat like pulse bombs, and like sometimes it worked and sometimes it was just like, oh, I beat it, so there's that.
I mean,
beating pulse bomb is another thing, but beating when a Winston jumps you, it's more reliable.
Okay.
I mean,
pulse bombs you need to immediately beat when a tracer throws it.
So to be fair, that was just an example, but
yeah.
I mean, does he blow up? It's not like he couldn't have done it on reflex. It's like he just gets it and then he hammers here. He's hammering, hammer. Like
yeah, it was not reliable enough.
Yeah, I don't think that's a mistake. That's just.
It was more of like a really nitpicky conservation, like, oh, should we have used resources there? Yada.
It's also ridiculous just how far ahead he was on the ultimate charge.
He was farming. And I mean, like, that's the good thing about, like, I mean, that's the residual upside to, like, using beat a little early, is that now you don't really have to sit there and waste alt charge. Now you get, you can continue.
Yeah, I mean, Crusade, therefore, is behind because he got picked, right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, that's why I like the Zen picks so much. Just, like, keeping him down from... like, if you have an exploitable Zen, it's so bad for your team. It's unreal. Like, if you have a Zen with bad positioning, and then he also gets less ults and whatever, it's so terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Back up, like, 10 seconds. I want to see that beat one more time, because I want to keep an eye on Elevote's ult charge. Because I feel like at this point, a lot of teams, the Sombra. Okay. Like, keep an eye on his ult charge. Okay, so he's beat it 70%. Like, obviously Noukky you'd probably know, but, like, do you know... I wonder if, like, that's a little bit risky because he could have EMP'd.
Because Ellie could have been EMP'd?
Yeah, obviously... In some circumstances, maybe like a fight goes a different way, you get like an extra 20 ult charge, right? Like I think that's close enough that maybe a team or I think most teams probably would have a slight call in terms of communication, like, oh, maybe Sombra has ult. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that's still substantial.
There's calls like that, like Sombra has ultimate. For example, if you're 100% sure Sombra has ultimate, or like. As let's say 90% sure that she's like 90 plus, you normally don't go like into the open as Lucio and try to play corners so you can dodge the EMP.
Yeah, I don't think that's I don't think the beat is problematic. It just gives you the next fight too.
Yeah, I was just looking at Sombra, seeing if she could have maybe had the EMP earlier. Deschamps.
Okay, so she actually not rehack the Mega?
No, didn't she just do it?
No.
Oh, she hacked her side. Okay.
Okay, who?
I think.
Oh, no, that wasn't. Okay. So.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Oh
And
my
the trace.
god. Jesus
That's a big
Christ.
no-no.
Yeah. It's like wasted old support ults, or like basically Titanic, DiCaprio gone wrong. Like she didn't catch
Back
it
up
all
like
if
a
they both died.
back up a little bit. I want to see this primal from Fusions. Was he like in danger of dying? Huh.
I mean, it's 86%, right? 85.
True. Yeah, I guess you're kind of going for the win.
Yeah.
Blade to clean. It's all right.
Cleaning, baby. Fits bad, man. No mega up. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you just blow everything. And just,
Yeah, just try and win it.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't
Okay.
get shoved off point.
Just win that. Okay.
Yeah, overall pretty good so far.
Okay, so let's oops. So okay. Here you go.
Oh, do you Hanzo check? You're gonna make me so happy.
I actually go into Hanzo check.
You should Hanzo check it.
Show me the arrow too. Oh, that would
Do
be
it.
PogChamp.
Oh yes, please. No.
I mean, we can't see it from here.
No. They're not gonna
Oh
do it.
no.
I'm sad, boys.
If there actually is like a very good Hanzo check, that would own. Ooh, okay, boy. That one hurt.
Ooh.
This is like super standard. I don't know if you need to delay your movement in order for this not to work, but like, look at how chunked he is now.
Yeah, direct boosted direct
Oh.
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, so are you asking like if it's like a preset rocket that they fire like all the time?
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Some Battlefield Vietnam shit.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah,
I
we had
aim
this.
towards this pixel at
At this time,
at 356 and a half, I hit him exactly between like the shoulder blades.
I think that's going to I think that's like the next evolution for Overwatch. It's like, oh, they can't be running this comp because at this time you would see the Sombra here, like some StarCraft shit. Yeah, I think that's like the next step.
I mean, in general, like the one attack you can always sort of pre-plan, which is not true for every other following attack. It's like the first one, your default, right? Like now all your ultimates are stagnant, constant. It's like, okay, you have this scenario every single time, given that they run a predictable comp, right? So, like, I think defaults will definitely be like just the first one, right? And then also because people will get better at snowballing off of the first one even more than they already do, because
Gonna emphasize it more.
I mean, in all games, right? Like people just get better at snowballing or like taking advantage of advantages, if that makes sense.
Winning harder.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
So now you're sort of like, okay, we need to heal this up. I mean, should you switch here? Should you have like eaten this rocket, like do the 360, walk away, and gotten like a soldier or something? Or do you trust?
I think that's what they
Who are you?
do after the first. I think that's what they do after the first wipe. I think they do put Kib on soldier, but I don't think the first fight is like warranted. Like, oh shit, we should like rock paper scissors. Not to say that the game is rock paper scissors, but you know, lacking a mid range hit scan against Faraz.
They're basically doing the ZVZ equivalent of like, oh shit, he has mutas. Oh, let's kill the base first.
Yeah.
And Winston dead. Damn. Huh. Okay.
So they're just taking the ground, yeah.
Okay.
That was a pretty apt comparison. I like that. That was good. That was good. I liked it a lot. I go roaches, you go mutas. All right, well, I guess we're base trading.
Yeah, pretty much. So. I mean, yeah, now it's getting sort of overwhelming.
It's
I mean,
scrappy, but
it's still sort of trading, but
yeah, there it goes.
Okay. I mean, this is also Mercy, just in action, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, guess you lose that one. Crusade with a good pick doesn't matter too much, but
The only thing I hate about that is that you lose just 43% on Dragon Blade. Like, it hurts so bad, but it's rough to just fight.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Okay, so... Oh, wait. Jesus Christ. Let's take...
What?
No, let's go in. Oh my god. The ultimate just turned from yellow to blue, by the way. Just so you know.
Oh no, not that investigation.
Okay, so...
Oh. It was on Happy, and then he just kind of bumped him.
Did he?
I think so.
Oh boy.
That's hard to know, though.
Oh, God.
You gotta know so many things all at the same time.
Yeah. It is comical as hell, though. Like,
You take this.
I mean, you can't know, right? But
Yeah.
like the way Astra's like, please, don't on me. And Happy's like, yep, I'm going to loop exactly.
High five, Astro. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, you know it's the next one too. Problem is that they are even committing that many ultimates, no? You know, in order to win
It's
these
just a
fights.
pulse
So
bomb in the dive.
it's really just a pulse bomb, yeah. So Craigie needs to get like sick value here, or we could also just try to diva bomb that from Mercy out of it. Yeah, let's see. I mean, it's hard here, to be fair.
At least you
roasted, Jesus. Okay, well, why does he get roasted so hard?
Oh.
Kib. I mean, is this where you want to post up? I mean, is this just like a coincidental, like, rocket to the face? Is it just destiny now?
I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah, it is. Jesus. Wait, was it? No,
I mean, that's where you want to put Soldier normally. Just set him on the high ground.
Yeah, there.
If you can hit the high ground, then it's really easy to not necessarily take point, but it's a good staging ground.
No, he actually dies with completely without Farron Rocket interference. That was quick, dude. Look at this. There's no Farron Rockets while he dies.
Just cleaving. Yeah,
Yes,
I think
just
the
cleave.
Diva Winston just dive him. Can't
Pretty
burst
sick.
kill that. It's rough.
Yeah.
And it's on Valk, so they're both doing like extra damage.
Not a fan of that trance.
From
Crusade.
Crusade?
Yeah. I mean, you sort of somehow have to win a fight down the line somewhere, but like now you're one down. Craigie dies here too. I mean, he's not really trancing anything at this point, right? This is just a dead trance. Okay.
Can you kill through trance with Barrage?
Yeah, if the people are close enough together and the splash damage adds up.
Okay.
Brush.
Yeah, that's no good.
Brush.
Now you're in a pickle. Because
Yeah.
you really don't want to lose the next fight.
Yeah.
But do you really even want to fight at 99 either? So I think this is the fight you probably want to take. Like where you actually invest. There's beat, bomb.
Hey, he avoids that well, the Diva Bomb.
Yeah, Ferris you're gotten quite good at dodging it. I don't think it's necessarily a good like it's good to get them out of a position that you can't normally get them out of, but I don't think it's a counter like per se.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I mean, you just lose.
Well, do they?
Oh,
Do they,
really?
Do
Okay.
they though?
What? Like, you have no business winning this. You absolutely like.
That's what I've been
there's
saying
no
for like
business,
half
dude.
of a year now, dude.
Okay, wait.
Like they just pull like
So
rabbits.
Kip already died, right? So Craigie dies. So there's 4v. Okay, they only got whatever. Equal. Like booping another. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay.
Clean hard.
I'm sorry, Iska.
Hey, it's good. God bless, but holy, you pulled that one straight out of a hat. Like I don't know how you pulled that one out.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guys just do weird things.
I don't necessarily even think it was weird. It was just like a very like just a desperate like your desperate attacks, right? Are just like amazing.
Yeah.
99 pressure's on, and you just make it happen consistently.
Tell me
which
again on
is-
Tankaton, please.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, all right, this game's over. I don't know if they're gonna do anything here. I tabbed out, tabbed back in. Game's over. I'm like, okay.
Wow, you didn't believe.
Oh,
It looked rough. I think it was your attack or the defense. I don't remember which one it was.
Both looked rough.
I was like, I don't know. This would tilt me personally.
The guys did a really good job in not getting tilted, to be fair.
That's good.
I call him Hulky Kane. Hulky Kane, okay? Because
Hulky Kane?
Hulky Kane, because like you guys get stronger when you're mad, and you need to sacrifice your lasses, like Crusade and like the supports, in order to get very angry.
And then Kip and Craggy just go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say it like that, I guess.
Very berserk style.
Yes,
That's all
yes.
online play, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Whew.
Oh yeah, this is the only guy. Like he gets like a quad here, just by himself, just hanging out, casual quads.
See, the solution was to not kill the supports first, in order for these guys not to get mad, and then you win.
So they just focus the DPS.
Yeah,
Aha,
it's easy.
we figured it out.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Just don't tilt them, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the play. You figured us out.
We've been found out. We've been had.
You get angry at other stuff now.
And now you're like, let's do some completely other shit. Like,
Let's do some. Right.
Astro's just AFK. He just didn't switch. Like he wanted to, but he was just
Like,
AFK.
Astro, play Mercy. No. Okay.
Okay, so
No, I think it's fine. You're just playing like a 2-4 or a 2-3-1, where you just send the Sombra to go pick hacks,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Especially
speed boost around the Orisa.
hack and then hook.
Yep.
There's the first one.
hmm.
If this would be
So
Emil,
scrappy,
he
right?
would be in the well. Kip has the good, like the awesome talent to hook Emil in the well every time. I don't know how he does it. It's like 3 times a scrim or so.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a good hooker, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh,
what
look
I'm
at that. Tasty hooks.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's air reapering him basically.
Fair
doing. Yeah, Reaper.
are a bit of a mystery. They're a bit rough.
But the air battles didn't go too well.
They're hard. You know, I can't blame anybody.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
that's
Yeah,
a hard thing to sit there and grind.
I'm just saying. I think that's why Happy switched later. Thought
Okay.
it wasn't good enough.
Some ding shit, by the way.
What?
Like switching your off tank to.
Oh, they're
Like I said-
flexible. They just
Yeah.
have that kind of.
That's
ability.
that's not switching the off tank. That's switching Happy.
Yeah, that's not an off tank. That's happy cool.
Yeah.
That's Happy.
You don't label him.
Jesus.
Crusade pulling out the casual pistol. I like it.
He likes to do that sometimes.
I think most mercies like to do that.
Okay. Pretty disciplined. I like that.
So far, so good.
Fusion
mean-
is just a stationary turret. He just stays there.
Oh, that's
Doesn't move.
Can you go over there?
EMP. Genji gets to not play the game anymore.
Yeah. Oh, fusions. Feels Batman.
Oh, it's just one. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Fusion is a scapegoat. If he dies, nobody cares.
Oh wow.
Poor boy.
Recorded.
I mean, let's record this.
Yeah. Oh no.
He's not mad at it.
No, I know.
Okay, so
Is this his first supercharger?
Yeah, superchargers.
yeah, it takes a
Ah,
long
okay,
time.
okay.
I mean, it's not that far in, right? It's just 99% basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that, like from solo queue, right? Like you play.
Like this is the moment where it shifts, I think, because like we have 3 kills, I think. Yeah, we're 2 up.
Mm-hmm.
I think one
Yeah.
of them just spawned. Like Losa should have just spawned. And
Yeah.
now the fight gets like
But this is typical, right? So it's like overtime, and overtime puts you from 95 IQ, right? And then overtime hits, and it's like you're on some crazy shit, right? It's like you get an additional 50 IQ. This happens all the time in solo queue. So
90,
now you're
like my math teacher would say 90 IQ plus what? 50 apples you got? You have to label your numbers.
I mean, but if okay, never mind. So okay, I mean, okay, Dragon Blade sort of cleans this up too.
See, we get another kill, like we trade that, and then like the Genji is just meh.
Oh, what?
The deflect was
Did
bad.
he really do that?
Uh-huh.
Lily?
Lily.
Okay. So let's see this again. It's basically saves in the map. Oh, Jesus, it's brutal. Wow. And Craggy's still there, but
And now the plan should be
to kill one
collect
target.
ultimates.
I mean, you can kill Winston here. Hello? No. Yeah. Yeah. Was a little greedy, but at the same time.
First of all, I don't know where Happy switched. I think like Soldier is more diveable than the Pharah just because of the deflected rocket. Because they don't have a Zen, they only have Onigod and Elivo to pressure him really.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like if he is on Pharah.
Okay.
They switch to traditional dive now.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, but like he died first, so you now win this fight? Oh no, they killed both of the. Okay, this
Both
is-
Lucius are down at the
Oh,
moment.
ooh.
We're even still, 1 down.
They spent a lot to win that fight, though.
Ooh.
What did they pop there? They popped
Yeah, I mean-
Bomb, Primal.
Bomb Primal and Luddy?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
There might have been another one, but I'm not sure. Those two.
We have 3 ultimates though,
Yeah.
but no defensive.
Yeah.
How did Fusions die?
I think he got bombed.
Did he?
Pulse Bomb?
Mhm. I think so.
Chunked
I
him
mean,
and then, yeah, finish him
yeah.
off with like a 1 clip. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it happens.
I think so.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Also pretty well coordinated.
No ult. No ult.
like I would retreat now because they only have the blade. They only have the blade and they used even more ultimate. Like
Yeah.
the next fight should be won.
I think
Yeah.
you can always trade pulse bombs. Like, okay, we're down in a fight. You can pulse bomb. I think that's fine, but I wouldn't,
pulse bomb
I don't
is-
think there's any other ultimate. Maybe Coalescence you could argue, but like I don't think there's any other ultimate that you'd want to do that with.
Now you would need to focus
Ooh.
Eki 100%. Like counter
Yeah.
dive focus Eki,
Mm-hmm.
and he survives
And
it.
Anti-blade.
Oh,
yeah.
he doesn't. Okay. Nice.
Oh, he doesn't. And then blade, yeah. Like
Oh,
we
like-
had the upper hand there.
Like, how do you just survive that 6 HP?
Yeah.
like- That's some fucking
Dance with the devil.
white rabbit shit.
I think we're too split here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Coalescence is going. Or I
This
didn't
fight
die.
Should be over, right? Like you're 2 up.
Mhm.
Oh
shit.
my lord, what?
That was big. Was that a
Okay,
pulse
so
bomb?
how did that even
No.
happen? Like, let's see. How do you even lose that fight? So here it's hard, right? Because he gets an ultimate. And then when you all collapse into this here. Oh no, this. Oh, sorry, I went way too far back. Wait, okay, here we are. Wait. Okay, we got it. Okay, so he's ulting into this, right? And he gets Crusade, or they got Crusade. And it keeps going. So -1, 0, +1, +2.
But the positioning is off.
Minus +1.
And now everybody's spread,
Yeah,
I think.
everybody's all
Yeah.
over the place, and I can't. It's not like I can blame Kib for just trying to like find healing.
No, Kib is fine for them now, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, where it's hard to see even where everybody else is. Like you
Yeah.
can barely make
You
out
should,
maybe
you
a
should, you
Winston
should
on the
call,
left.
you should call a regroup right there.
Yeah.
Did you come all to the, like, either to the health pack or like where Kib is at the moment, and then just regroup and go in together?
Because it feels
Because I mean,
like...
it's not a 99. It's not like a contest situation where, like, yeah, I think everybody's probably calling like, "Oh, I can touch, I can't touch" type stuff. But I think if you slow it down and you realize that you have like a few seconds to work with, then yeah, I think you can do that.
Hey, Yiska, does Bridget make an impact on the meta? I mean, in the current
That's a
stage,
very open question.
she's super busted, right? So, I
Is
think...
she?
Yeah,
Is she-
I think she's a little bit too strong. And if she does...
Really?
Did the nerfs go to live for her?
I didn't hear any person say that before you, that she's like too strong at the moment.
I think she
So I'm
eventually
wondering.
will. I think eventually she will. It's like it's super hard to say because we actually didn't have a new character since Overwatch League, right? Am I right? Only Moira.
Yeah.
But
Moira was the only one that was announced at BlizzCon.
Yeah,
And
but that
then-
was before Owl though.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
the
what I'm
question
saying.
is how quickly do not only the Overwatch League adapt to the meta, so implement her. But, yeah, I saw that.
Probably stage 3.
I saw Albion saying that she was OP, and I agree to an extent because my worst nightmare is that she actually does have like a hard counter situation towards Dive, because I think Dive is just a pinnacle of Overwatch in terms of like what I would like Overwatch to be played. I don't like triple or quad tanks. I don't like Pharacoms too much, you know?
Ooh, this
So-
man.
I don't know. I think Dive is just, I was trying to come up with a tweet earlier how it's like the RMP, the Rogue Match Priest. That was like the...
Just like very standard
the
comps.
standard high skilled, like bread and butter, always works when you're like very good at executing it, right? Same is true.
I think it will always will be,
Who's-
but I just think that
Who's Albion?
the writer
Albion
you know?
Trustcable, the analyst for Envision.
Envision.
Oh, got it.
So map
Makes their own shape.
dependent, yeah, maybe. I can.
I think it's going to be role dependent as well, because I think a lot of people actually might try her as like a sub tank
Yep. Yeah. Definitely.
because she fills that kind of role in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I heard she was being played as that.
I don't think she'll. I don't think she'll kill Dive by any means. I don't think anything outside of like Blizzard like killing Dive itself will kill Dive. I think it is going to be the RMP RMD, very standard build order / composition for this game. I think that the mobility is too good for you not to play it, or at least for it not to consistently be a composition. Regardless of the heroes, the idea of Dive will always exist, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like it's super hard to judge how certain mechanics will influence like a meta, right? Because it's like, okay, so for instance, if someone was to say, let's add shoulder pads to soccer,
Okay.
right? So,
Yeah.
like, does that change anything? Like, we don't know. Like, maybe if you were then to say, okay, you can go a little bit harder, but don't ram your heads against each other. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you then recruit different players.
The
Like-
soccer meta game.
Like, yeah, how does that even influence the meta game, right? Like,
Mhm.
and the thing is in traditional sports we don't ask these questions quite as often, right? Because
Yeah, because the game doesn't always change.
yeah, like the more apt, like the probably the closest thing to esports in terms of how a sport works is Formula One, if you think about it. Like, they have like, okay, so like shit starts out. I watched like as a young lad, Michael Schumacher is still winning everything, and it's like it's pretty, right? So you have like the front wing and everything's pretty. It starts like this, and this is like the car. Like, this is top view, okay? I'm very good at drawing, by the way. So this is where the
Everything in George just looks like a
This
penis.
looks like a seaweed.
this is just your mind, okay, Noukky?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Come on.
So this is
Okay, I wasn't as far.
this is the Formula One car. Who's this? Still
I
streaming?
think it's easy.
Okay.
I'm back.
Let's Eden again.
So this is the Formula One car, right? Like, young wee lads Yiska is like, okay, so, and then someone says like, let's do some cool shit up here. Like, let's add a halo. Why? Like, someone put into the matrix of the universe that this makes the car like have better handling. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. This looks terrible. So they're like, oh yeah, halos are. Oh my god, I just did that. Are terrible, right? So they're like, okay, let's do the halo in front instead, right? Like, can you please just get over your religion? Stop with the halo shit, right? Like, this ain't MLG, you know, way back when. So like so loop around to esports. Like, the thing is, because developers are so still in there, and other than StarCraft Brood War, like, in order to keep the novelty up for everyone, so the game keeps being fresh, like, you constantly change things about the meta, and then you need to so this is one very interesting thing, right? So keep in mind, back in the day, let's add some funny so all you had to do was play Lucio every comp, right? So like someone like a Harry Hook could just play Lucio, and then he sometimes played Soldier, right? So sometimes Soldier. So that was his hero combination. He never had to play anything else. So the heroes, and this is a big, like, this is super anomaly, right? So let's put this in brackets. So the entire field was just of all the support players were just tested for or selected for, can he play Lucio? Now it's Overwatch League, and there's so much meta diversity, right? So now it's not just can he play Lucio, but can this dude play Lucio? Can this dude play Ana? Can this dude play? I mean, ideally you would say probably Mercy, but even some play their Zen on this, right?
Yeah.
But this was not foreseeable in the run-up to the Overwatch League, that the meta would be like this, right? Yes, like, okay, so with more coaching staff, it was only logical that you can have more intricate strategies, like more people thinking up more complex things, having more resources to hone this into players, right? But the problem is, like, you can't have your Lucio specialist, your Ana specialist, and your Mercy specialist. Like, for instance, Hanamura, you could feasibly play, or Hanamura. I mean, in Volskaya or
Hanamura.
something like you could feasibly play
Hanamura's
all of
fine.
these three, right?
Yeah.
So, like, and maybe that one support needs to play all three of them. So suddenly it's not who's the best Lucio, but who's the best of these
support?
three. So now the clients, or like the players, are not at all adjusted to this, and it makes absolute sense that especially the old guard is struggling with this, right? Even more so if you don't tell your Lucio player up front, okay, you need to do this, right? Or you keep switching around these roles. And this is not just support, right? It's like, okay,
Yeah, it's
so
everybody. DPS too.
the only one that back in the day where I thought this was heavily needed was AKM, right? So AKM on Soldier. He had a Soldier, and then he had a Pharah too, but, like, because they had also this weird thing going where Nico was going, where's Diva? Diva? Diva. I'm blind. Diva. Okay, so Diva, and then he also played Genji, right? But many compositions would have actually worked way better for Rogue if if AKM could have played Genji. So that's why I was very irritated to find out that he actually is willing to practice Genji, when I think that if he had learned Genji in the Apex era, this would have solved so many issues. Like, I almost think, like, this could have gotten them out of the group, you know, back in Apex. Because it was really, like, then they just went back with Nico on Diva, right? If I remember correctly. They didn't even...
They always had a struggle on who to play on Diva, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's touching on, is that if they had a, like, very set mindset of, like, you're going to do this. It felt like it was too, like, in the mix, like, as you're trying to adapt as it's happening. It's like, oh, you know, maybe, at least that's what it looked like in the game. Obviously, we can't know what happens behind closed doors because we're not privy to the information. But from what we see, it looked very, not wishy-washy, but it looked like you were trying to adapt in game. It looked like they were, you know, who's going to play Diva this map? Who's going to play Diva this map? It didn't seem like it was a set strategy, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they then just played that one thing, and I mean, to be fair, they should have probably won against Panthera, right? At this point, they were still not, you know, the KDP that got to the final, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was also then him playing Diva.
That's debatable.
What you mean that KDP
We have
was?
very few games. We have very few games before that game, between that game and the.
I mean, yes, like empirically, it's hard to prove, but like if you think about it, they like Rascal and Birdring, and like this was the new KDP, right? They had like very little scrim time, and it looked like that they kept ramping up in terms of performance over the season. Like, I think this
Who
is
won
also
between them and Lunatic High? I forget groups.
Oh, that's a good question. Wait.
How did that?
Oh no,
series go?
they lost to Lunatic High.
How close was it? A 3-2?
Yeah, pretty much. It was, and it was the first match of the. Because I remember thinking, okay, so if KDP plays Lunatic High last in the group, then they have enough time to prepare. But they actually played Mighty AOD last, I think.
What season are we talking about?
3.
Oh.
Right. Oh, okay. Super off tangent. Jesus. So let's see.
I was just gonna let you go.
It seems like a weird curve. Like, play a really close series against them, beat Rogue, lose to Might AOD, and oh, they're just ramping up.
I think that wasn't the. Wait, let's see. That's actually.
I think that was
Apex
the order of the
season
matches.
3.
Lose to KDP lost to Lunatic High, then they beat Rogue, and then they lost to Mighty 80.
They actually lost. I mean, at this point, wait, no, that's actually not true. So lost narrowly to Lunatic High.
Mm-hmm.
Won against Rogue. Lost against Mighty AOD. Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
At
At that point, I don't think they even.
Yeah, I think
it
it was. Yeah. At this point, it was known to them that they qualified.
Yeah, they didn't really like. It's a very convenient excuse
Yeah, this is a
to
zero
kind of
game.
excuse it.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of the compositions, especially in Iconwald, I think that was when like the weird Orisa Torp shit started happening, where they were like, all right, let's just try it, see if it works. Because like that strategy never ended up working for like basically anybody. I think even Lunatic High ran it a few times and it just never. It like won you a couple fights, but
I mean,
it
the
never
real
was
progression is even that they slashed Lunatic High then in the second group stage, and also LW Blue.
Sure.
true.
So that was and then they went into the playoff brackets, won against KDP in NBS 4-0, which
Yeah.
to be fair is like, okay, it's the weak part of the bracket, and then they narrowly lost, basically by Birdring missing one
Wasn't Flower
pulse.
gone at this point?
Sorry?
Wasn't Flower gone at this point?
Um,
I think Flower was gone. So
That's
that
a good
LW
question.
blue win is a pretty big
yeah.
hamper on it.
Let's
I
actually
mean, I don't know. It's like, I mean, they might have picked up a little steam in the bracket, but like,
let's bring this up.
I don't think there's a strong case that like they were like dramatically different in group stage versus bracket stage. As
Yeah.
a team.
So, oh yeah, this still had, no, Flower did play, and he didn't play well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So Rascal popped.
Was he back?
That's a good question. Like, did he play the games beforehand?
Yeah, because I remember his wrist injury probably happened around then.
Mm-hmm.
He did play the match before that too. So.
Huh.
Yeah, maybe he came back and was still suffering. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember there was at least one period during Apex where he was like coming back and he didn't look anything like great.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's kind of the story of all of Apex for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. So, okay. Back to British Hurricane. Almost KDP. I actually...
Yeah, convenient tie together.
I'm so bad at... Like, this always sounds condescending in a sense, but I'm just bad at transitions. So, okay. This, to be fair, in KDP fashion, they lose that map somehow. And it's also a King of the Hill map, so... Craigie basically got bird ringed.
Craigie got bird ringed. That's the title of the VOD.
Okay, I mean, at this point you just play down. It's really... Craigie's trying, but... Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, that's heartbreaking, actually, that map loss. Oh well. What is left in this VOD? Oh. A whole bunch of... Oh, this is actually the next map too?
Yeah. I think part 1 is 2 maps, and then part 3 should be 3. I think.
Okay, so... Numbani. Like me some
Bonnie is their pick.
Oh, do they... Oh, sweet.
Yes, it's loser's pick.
Nice. Oh, Bok is
Nobody
in.
was open.
How do we decide that, Noukky? Who comes in and who's... Like, is this just like how you...
The maps
script?
you play Anna and Zan on.
Okay.
With your Anna, with your Zan. Bok.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's basically what
And
we
Crusade.
explained
Sage and Astro are for King of the Hill maps mainly, and if you play like Lucio Mercy.
earlier.
Mercy.
So, okay. Okay, I mean, this is fairly standard, I would say. I'm more interested in what would they attack with. You're pretty well off against... If they actually start this, you should be fine, I think.
Yeah, I think it's great that they fight Farah and Anna Soldier. I think if I remember correctly, they dive really hard on the right, and I think they do a good job of deflecting it. If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
With the lack of mobility on Zenyatta and Anna, I'm just curious, like, how many people do you have to send at that to, like, burst that duo down?
What do you mean? Like depends
I'm
on
saying
the...
because they have, like, such raw, like, firepower between those two. That, like, I'm trying to think, like, what the number of people that you would have to commit to actually like win that fight
Yeah.
in any real convincing way, because they can heal each other obviously
Mm-hmm.
and do damage, quite a bit of damage, especially if they get a third person to help them at all. That's an interesting thing just about that like a composition that has those two, because like obviously they really lack for mobility, so if you do bring enough force to bear, like it just destroys that team instantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you can do a lot with Winston against Anna, right? Like you can body block heals, you can shield heals theoretically, so. But yeah, usually that's very hard because it also offsets your positioning. But
yeah.
Okay, so this is sort of cute, right? Because if like, where's Oni God actually?
On the right hand side, wrapping around the flank by the Mega.
Okay, so this is, yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, he actually might be in where Haffy is. I'm not sure. I thought he was.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah, that might be him. Yeah.
So he's pressuring Haffy. I mean, if push comes to shove, you can just go 1, 2 blink, and he's up here, right? Does that work with this thing?
Double blink works.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see what actually happens. So you drop, you kind of have to too. Yeah. Getting mushed. Tanks stay up. Haffy gets picked. He's sort of chunked by Onigod, who at this point already has a lot of ult charge. So that's definitely from Haffy, right?
Most of it, yeah. I think
so.
Or yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, the angle to heal him is not the best if Anna has to drop, but still sort of. Oh, this is a fat nade. Can you get Lush? Oh, nice. There was a fat nade. So I like this so much more if they go like this perspective. Like the only thing I would do differently, and I mean they can't really know because this is set camera, right? But this is dead. So just zoom in. Just go a little bit here.
Get a bit closer. Yeah.
A little bit closer, and then we Gucci. I think they're doing that anyway. Yeah, I mean they're turning it. Okay. So, but this is a fat nade, right? So he is at 50%, even though he has bubble, but that doesn't matter as much. And he just goes hella ham. By the way, if anyone's still in chat and has any requests, just maybe not today, but for other VOD reviews. So if you want Overwatch League VOD reviews, I mean. Generally interested in most teams. Problem is I really only have modeled like four teams so far, I would say. I have a pretty good idea what Dallas is about. London, Florida, and then there's one more that I invested some time. Oh, Houston.
You just have to learn them.
Yeah.
This is really scrappy.
Ooh.
Scrappier than I remember.
From them or from us?
Blown out.
Just in general.
I mean, this is
for
also
whatever reason,
very expensive.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think this is it. Yeah, I think. Is it?
Well, if you win that, that's huge. It's insane, but the problem is you probably can't. Yeah, okay. So Winston's back. This is over.
I don't know. Is it?
Is it? Oh, no way.
Is it? I don't know. I can't tell with this team,
Jesus.
dude. I can never tell when a fight's done.
Oh my lord. I mean, yes, you had some. I guess I didn't have fusions on my respawn radar.
It's so hard to tell.
Uncle, like Dallas. I almost can't talk about that. Like, it's one of those things where you don't want to, because they've obviously imposed on their players a policy as to not leak any information, which is why like I only want to talk about them on a gameplay basis.
God bless Dallas. You full hold them here, don't you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Jesus Christ. This is nuts. Yeah, I mean, but do you not switch as Angry Titans? I mean, that's the problem as a contenders team, right? Like, okay, so my understanding is that they're still not all in the same practice facility. They like Angry Titans is not like a team that has been together for like a year or something. So having more than one default for the amount of maps you have to play in contenders is like probably
That's rough, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't.
So you just keep running with what you've screened. You don't think so?
I think you shouldn't just have one default. You should adapt to like sure default, yes, but it shouldn't be like, oh, I play only this no matter how often I run into it. There should be adaptation even though you are not together for a year. In my opinion.
I would say though, Urki looks pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Like just because I've not encountered the team as much, but yeah, I'm positively surprised.
Overall, I think the big idea that you can take away from that attack, I felt like was, I think Hurricane just did a really good job at catching their dive attempts, because I think that Pharah in like a dive comp makes it slower. Oddly enough, like yeah, you can still, it still works the same way. It felt like where they were diving really hard on the right, they commit really deep, but I think you guys did a really good job at catching it and kind of just tossing them back onto the point.
Yeah.
Fusions do it. No.
Okay.
Don't. No.
Do they just damage boost the soldier here? Or what are they doing with that Mercy?
It's high and low ground stuff, like the vertical mobility.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the general concept is give the soldier a little love.
Okay. Run down mid. Okay, open mid. Alright. Yeah. Is that actually... Okay, so wait. Okay, because I never know when this team actually loses a fight. There's still one down.
It's
so
so hard.
Are we so bad?
No, I don't think it's bad. It's just like
still one down. Still
I
one
think
down.
you have high
Okay,
in-fight
now it's
IQ.
over, right? Now it's...
Where it's like you're mid-fight and you just like the
Yeah.
players just kind of subconsciously know what they should do.
Yeah.
The setup
In-fight.
sometimes can be a little jarring, but I think in the fight, like the players just step up and they just pop off. Like it's hard to put it into words exactly how that shit happens, you know? Like you could do all the practicing all you want, but if you just forget it on stage, then what was it worth, really?
Yeah. I mean, what they definitely forget is what the word reset means. Like, this was basically one continuous fight. And this is also a Fields Batman that he gets popped here. What do you do at this point? Do you just... I mean, there's no ultimate to drag off of. I mean, if you're a team that can play so well from behind, I guess you could...
Just keep brawling it out, see what happens. Yeah.
Try to get better ultimates.
Because I think you've got like pick potential from Zen and from Tracer. So if you just like step up, pop off, get a pick, like
Basically, just
counterfrag
trying to
easily.
get ultimates out here, I think.
Mhm.
But doesn't really work.
Hey, you got a Diva reset, so that's decent.
The thing is, I like about your team, right? It's like we talked about these concepts, how people need to play 10 million different characters, right? Like now, like Crusade already has displayed that he can play basically what we usually think as the main support and the flex support. Now this is immediately super attractive to an Overwatch League team, right?
Hmm.
Like just as a sort of advertisement for the players, it's super cool. Like also Haffy doing that. Kib also played some Roadhog. I mean, and
Yeah, Hafi's a very attractive guy.
He's a pretty boy.
I mean,
Hafi is basically like a flex plus thing.
yeah.
Flex.
Okay, so problem is, well, it's not really a problem. You got out of that fairly well in terms of ult economy, but
Bean's gone. We can say economy. It's okay.
oh shit.
Do you just dry run Blade here?
Okay, so what actually happened? This is actually
Attack visor,
sweet.
Valk.
Where's the
To
Valk
catch
against
the dive.
nothing?
To catch the potential dive. So I guess the call here is to kite it out, wait it out, and then re-engage. Which it kind of looks like what they're doing, because obviously you'd want to dive under
Like
the bridge.
optimally, you would have to
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You bridge this with trance, I agree. And then you can just beat the beat.
Mm-hmm. They beat, you beat, and then you Blade.
What refractation is happening here? He has Matrix level ultimate. What the hell? Okay.
Super Saiyan Ultimate.
Okay, so oh, because it's currently exploding. Look at this, pretty. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, right? So
they Blade, you beat, or you beat, they Blade.
nice. I mean, you just need to win the fight and it's over, right? So
Yeah.
might as well go out.
Because you could build, you could dry run another like full set of ults.
Do you guys have the next VOD in?
I can pull it up. Hold on.
Are you
These are some
drawing
pretty
mustaches
boys.
again? Yeah. We have to talk about the right shirt.
The right shirt. You don't like the
I
the
don't like
bandana
flower patterns.
patterns?
You guys, like, you're
So
behind the
none of my
times.
thing.
So this guy called Semler Hand. You see this? Like in a
Yeah.
bit, he's going to have all these, like till up here.
Oh, don't watch the new watch point then, because
Now this is new meta, by the
Uber
way,
has some
because
Googling.
this is
Semlands is meta now.
look at this. He's a dude with a half finger ring. Or did it just move up? I think it just moved up. But this is at this
I think it
point
just-
he's recreating a new meta, and look, he's smug with it. Look how smug he is. Like this might be Semler 2.0 if you're being honest.
2 rings and he's Semler 2.0. Like, oh.
That's flawless logic. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah, can't argue with that.
Do the
Thank you
viewers
very
actually
much.
know about Semler Hand?
I don't think anybody knows about your
I mean-
odd fascination with hand.
I mean,
jewelry.
it's super obvious that he
Okay,
has like.
so-
You always see it if you watch out.
Let's see.
Yeah, but nobody else pays attention. Like, I'll randomly get DMs from Yiska at like 4 in the morning. Like, oh yeah, Semler got a new ring on his left pinky finger. I'm like, why do I need to know this? A, and why the hell are you whispering to me this at like 4 in the morning?
So look at this, right?
I'm looking.
So here is like the Semler Hand, right? So look at this. 1 bracelet, leather bracelet, pinky ring and normal ring, and then another pinky ring and bracelet. So this is double Semler hand.
Where is this? Is this on stream? I don't see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hold
Now it show up here. Ring, bracelet, leather bracelet, pinky ring. Okay. So now we know what Semler hand looks like, right? And if we're going Uber Shouts Overwatch, and we just try to find a nice pre-Overwatch League hand of this guy.
Somebody clipped this, by the way.
Like, do we have? Look at this. This is a nice hand, like nice chap, right? Like clean shaven. Nothing happened, right? Now Uber goes to Overwatch League, and the transition is as follows, right? He has this huge ring that he used to wear on his thumb, but then it transitioned into Semler hand. Okay, look at this. Like he.
What?
Not only look at this is ridiculous. Wait, please open that, please. Like, it's actually not showing. Wow, he's young there. But yeah, look at this. Like, he's a nice chap, right? But now, can I actually? Right, see this ring?
Are you
ring,
drawing this somewhere?
And
or
then-
are you...
I just pulled up the stream itself, like through Twitch, to see this.
and
Okay.
look at this. He has bracelet. This is like you have to amputate the arm at this point.
What
Like
is
he
that
got
hitting?
a bad case of Semler hand. You see? He's being a bit funky because Semler in his career has never had an index finger ring. So
This is the in-depth knowledge of hand jewelry that he keeps in a Rolodex that he breaks out from time to time. To tell
challenge
people.
you to prove me wrong, by the way.
I don't. That's the thing. I just don't care.
Do you want to prove it wrong?
You are the top analyst when it comes to hand jewelry in esports. I will give you that title for sure.
So kind of you.
100%, 10 out of 10.
100% accuracy.
Okay.
He keeps it on the lockdown, dude.
See?
He has a folder on his desktop.
I guarantee you he does. I would be shocked if he did.
No, this is like I have like
Can
a.
we talk about
This
what,
is
what
pathological.
pretty of a
dude.
girl
This
Uber
is just in my head. Like it's just.
So leg day is basically starting to get Semler syndrome or whatever you want to call
So
it.
what would you what would you give him as a what would you
Recommend him.
yeah.
Like, no.
as a
Recommend
doctor,
to-
what would you give?
To wait
What kind
to
of-
Medication.
How do you fight Semler hand then?
you get a hook basically,
Yeah.
like a nice pirate hook.
I would love a pirate hook.
How do you cast with pirate hooks
I'm-
your hands?
I mean, casting is not the problem, okay?
You're gonna kill your co-caster when you're throwing your hands around.
Like
Can we talk about how unpractical pirate hooks are for literally anything men should do in life?
next time I will tell you about how rings ruined Roger Hong's career. By the way, like because in season 3, like he had no rings, and then he got this huge gold ring, and he got a gold bracelet, right?
I thought it's for next episode.
And now
Oh,
now
no,
he's
we-
like
he's just
already
giving me the
next
pre-
episode. So, and he now takes him off sometimes before games, but then the next meta was that he also got a pinky ring on the other hand. Now he has now removed it because he has now felt that he doesn't deserve it anymore. You get what I'm
And
saying?
jewelry ruins more Overwatch matches than girlfriends do.
Yeah, you need to make a Crumb style video where you talk about how
Let's see.
jewelry is ruining esports.
Let's see.
Please. That would be
With
like,
you need to
that
have a
would go-
tinfoil
that would
hat
go
on.
Viral.
Yeah, it would.
Let's
For
see.
all of the wrong
Actually,
reasons.
no.
Like you'll be a first in Cow subreddit. I'm telling you that right now.
Let's see if they know. See, this is you can almost not see it, but like here, look at this. This is like a door, not like a what's it called? Like a handle, a handbell, basically.
Mhm.
Like this kid is working out basically. But look at this. This is his aim hand. You know how like this could seriously, like How is this?
I mean, it's weights. It's like the Old Spice hand gym. It's basically to train your fingers to move faster because you're used to having lifts on it, and then you don't have them on it in the game, and you're like super fast. RPM plus 20 at least.
Oh, this was the interview. This was the interview where he had both of them. And at some point, he just spreads his hand to show maximum bling, dude. Like, this is super strange. Oh well. Oh well. So much for Ringwatch. Okay, Overwatch. Wait, you sent me the second VOD link, right?
I sent you the second one.
Okay, so this is the second one.
Yiska's Twitch channel. You don't learn only about Overwatch at this point. You learn about jewelry. You learn about penises. You learn
religion.
about
See, you keep saying this, but there's no proof on the internet that this is actually true. It's all about them rings. Hence why Bird Ring was also... I was on Bird Ring the earliest.
The Bird King.
Kiss the ring.
For someone who hates rings.
See, also one thing about Korean culture is that I think, as I understand it, it's like you get a ring when you just get into a relationship with someone. So this is directly indicative of how much time they can spend on the game now, right? Or how well adjusted they are because they now have a girlfriend that takes care of them.
So it's a double limiter.
No, it's not a limiter. It could be an enhancer. You got to read the situation. Jesus Christ, Joe, come on.
Yeah,
You've been around me.
To be fair, Pierre Jr., I have a ring with the Overwatch logo on it.
You're not wearing it though, right?
No, I'm wearing it as a necklace sometimes.
Oh, by the way, like here, this, okay, while we're at the Ringwatch thing, someone who knows Puckett, right? I was telling these guys this earlier, but like in the week. I think Puckett's ring, someone asked him if Puckett's wedding ring is too big. Because what he keeps doing, like, let's see. Do we have any analysis segment of... What he keeps doing is, like, he keeps pressing his pinky to his ring finger in order for... I think because it shouldn't slip off. So he's, as I told Joe already, he's in a constant state of live long and prosper. You know, the Vulcan stuff. Because his ring is... Otherwise, let's see.
This is what I deal with.
Overwatch.
Yeah, not only you.
No, I know. That's fair. That's what we deal with.
Holy. Okay. Let's see. I mean, I want to... YouTube.com. I just want an analysis segment. What can I search for that? Puckett... I mean, I could go to overwatchleague.com, right? So, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is actually... Oh, this is so good. So good. Okay. So, I should probably get a game 2 of any... No, what they actually do is they probably put the analysis in game. Okay, wait. Look here. Let's see. Is there some disc? Where are the desk segments in? Does anyone know where the desk segments are in? I guess full match should...
Yeah, full match definitely will have it, but...
Full match. Oh, here we go. Okay, so...
Sort of passive soldier 76.
Okay, so... They now go back to the analysis desk. So look at this. Look at this. Look at how he keeps these together when he gestures around. Oh, he just shoved it. Gee, is this not evidence? He just shoved it back on his head. Like, his wedding ring is
He's
too
having a
big,
fucking
dude.
breakthrough.
I don't know if this guy, like, lost a lot of weight, and that's why his wedding ring is,
Yeah, he keeps pushing it back.
Wait, replay.
Instant replay.
He's so obsessed with that.
Back into the left.
This is
Back.
ridiculous.
To the left.
Okay, so, now, watch him. See? I mean, look at this! Look at this, he keeps shoving it down, too.
Conspiracy theory, aka ring what? I don't
Ring gate.
I gotta say, he has some sick muscle memory. He has some sick, like, look at this. He has sick muscle memory in this. Because
he's used to it, probably.
So he knows, okay, so here, the hand is obviously, you know, like, down, so it can't fall, right? Like, it can't fall off, because his hand is down, and it falls into the palm, right? But once he moves it around, it instantly goes, like, plop, back together, and he keeps holding it in place. Look at how he separates. Hey, come on, boy. Gesture some more. Come on. Give us the good stuff. Oh, shit. See, like, when you once want to do some ring analysis and like, T2 us, man. T2 us.
Oh my god.
Okay. No.
Like, I don't care about Rascal Dragon Blade. I just want to see the ring.
No, he keeps it together. This is actually... I got unlucky, man. This is... Don't cheat me. No. Wait, where's the desk segment? Oh, here we go. We're getting the money shot, boys. It's fine. Okay, he keeps them together here. Look at this. Okay.
Waiting for the...
No! Gesture some more. Jesus. Oh, yeah. This is the clip where they come very badly. I need help. Dead.
Reset. We need to work together. We're backline's getting split up super hard.
You have to stay together.
If I call push, push is go push.
Yeah.
Alright, we wanted to see some new players, but we knew they were having
This is perfect. So, okay. So,
growing
watch it.
pains, and on the attack, I think that's where it's showing itself the most here for the Dallas Fuel. Custa was calling out, we're split up.
Look at this.
Our
He separates there, but he never lets go of his pinky, because the pinky is... That's the rescue thing. Otherwise, like, this ring would be flying into faces.
Well, I think this is why we always saw AKM so much in the past. I'm not saying that AKM is the solution necessary, but when you have a soldier to play around, usually your backline sticks more together. And
Now you're gonna make him feel self-conscious about his ring.
Just want to, like... This like, this shows he cares, right?
Yeah, he doesn't want it to fall off. It's like, I don't think... I don't know.
Maybe it's just that he lost some weight, and now it's too small. Like, good on him.
Maybe.
I'll just hypothesize that he lost weight, and that's why it happened. And that's some Shakespeare shit. Not Shakespeare, fucking... Sherlock Holmes shit. Okay. Oh, what the hell is this? Nope. Okay. So, I actually loaded in the next VOD. Let's keep
ready.
Let's see. Can you please, like, take this more seriously?
Oh yeah, sorry. My bad. My mistake, Iska, sorry.
By the way, guys, next time we're talking about Monty. Keep, like, this is your homework, right? What does Monty's jewelry tell us about it? Okay?
That's...
No comments here. No comments. Okay, so...
Oh my god. Good old Hanamura.
Okay, let's not do nothing then. Okay. So do these guys do the Diva Scout?
They do like partially.
A little bit. They do the lazy one, right? Okay.
Oh, Kib, yes.
So to sort of explain what the Diva Scout is, right? So you have the Diva here, or most of the time, like Overwatch League Divas are here, and they look at how if you're playing into a Widow or if you're playing into a soldier, not soldier, like into a full dive, right? And depending on that, now this is not as important for Titans here because they don't play Ana Zen, right? But Ana Zen wants to look at this. Mine's going to be blown. Hanamura. Right? Okay. So Ana Zen against Widow. They like if a Widow is here, they post up there, right? If they don't have a Widow, then they can go more to the back line because if you're playing into full dive, you actually want to have that distance to the full dive, so you can, pre-fire them some. And this actually is not that successful. Like teams keep doing it, but I feel like this has a below 40% success chance. That when full dive teams like Genji Tracer dive into this brawl, because they are softened up already, doesn't succeed that often. I feel like. Do you guys agree?
When Genji Tracer dives,
that backline behind scaffold, like between apartment and scaffold,
Yeah. I think it's rough for the defending team if you do get dove there, because you don't really have much. There isn't like there's clear movement paths, but they're very obstructed.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like move into them and then you can move.
Yeah.
And your first instinct is to back up, and you can't back up too far because then you actually just fall off the map.
Yeah.
But it is probably the best spot to take if there isn't a Widow.
Yeah, definitely. And like because of that Diva Scout, it's very exploitable. Because Volamel actually has a video up on his channel about this. How it was Dallas, right? How Dallas exploits that knowledge gap. So they fake the Widow and then switch to full Tracer Genji dive. Is it?
Yeah.
So they think it's Widow, but it's actually the dive, and then they just need to dive in here, right?
Well, not only that, but they take the point. They take the point really easily.
Oh, yeah.
They have like options. Like you can just run straight on point, and then you have the point to work with, and you force a fight, or you can actually just dive bridge or under bridge.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or Pagoda if they're in Pagoda, which is great for you because Genji does really well when there's not a lot of room for people to run around him. So yeah.
I mean, in general, like your objective, if you're attacking point A, is actually not to capture it, but to capture it very quickly. If you see an Overwatch League team being first held on Hanamura A, Jesus Christ, have mercy on their souls. Like,
yeah, that's rough.
that's terrible. Okay, so they do a little scouty scout.
Praise be to Kib. Gold star for Kib.
Did he? Oh my God!
He did
it. No way.
He did it.
Did he? So why we're creaming here is because, like, there's absolutely zero reason to not always on maps where the spawn is sort of close, to always Hanzo scout, right? Like, you should always be doing that. But the question is, why do people not do that, right? Now, this is sort of important because sometimes they have like trap strategies up there, right? Where they actually are on the high ground. So it's so easy to just scout and then switch. Like you're losing basically really...
You're not losing anything.
Yeah.
You actually gain marginal benefits even if they're not there because you know for a fact that they can't be there.
Yeah, exactly.
So you already started the game with knowledge that you didn't have previously, that teams that don't Hanzo Scout won't get. It's small little things, but I think they tend to matter a lot when it comes to playing at the professional level, playing at like the 0.001% type shit.
Yeah. Do people know if I can download my own VODs and then upload them on YouTube?
Yeah,
you can upload them directly.
Oh, really? I can connect my YouTube account and then
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's sort of strange to have it in this format, especially because I usually try to keep it a little bit more clean. But yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just lump it up there, whatever. So.
So again, with the triple DPS, I think a lot of it is going to be like a DPS. In this case, I think it's Happy Cool that is going to force them, in a sense, to reposition, thus kind of creating the space for Kib and Craggy and Fusions to work within. So
Yeah.
if Happy gets pressured, that's like the Diva getting pressured. So think of Happy here as Diva, just with a lot more, with way bigger of a gun.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea of most triple DPS compositions. So it's like the Soldier creates the space for the dive to work. The Widow creates the space for the dive to work. The Sombra creates the space. So it's similar in in a concept, but not with the heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so this plays out. I mean, he just tries to soften him up a bit. Is he going to pose up? Where do you put Happy actually? Because you can't see it right now. Is he up on the door, or is he here on the little
platform by Mega?
Like the house, on top of house.
I think ideally you'd probably want him by the house just to get the crossfire.
But it's hard to get him here with one hook, right? And
yes.
You need to pass this. Yeah. The thing is, like, okay, I once did a video on Fissure, right? And what he was doing was like, okay, so he sits here and has his Diva here, and once the Widow goes up the choke, right, and sits on top of there, she doesn't have a hook, right? And he just dives her. He just he actually goes behind the choke and just dives her while his team pressures the front line, and he somehow is so nuts that he doesn't get punished whatsoever for this and just punishes the Widow hard. It's crazy. I mean, you can punish it, but you definitely need to be aware of his audacity.
I don't even think he's taking a prolonged engagement. It's literally that he probably has a high percent hit chance of jumping on top of the gate. So you're physically moving her, and even if you don't, you're making her think twice about staying up there because she's gonna get pressured from you. So the second you just bait, not necessarily bait, but you waste her hook, you're just delaying them and you're just wasting their time because now they have to wait for a hook to come off cooldown to set up the Diva again to position to then create the space for the dive to work. So legitimately, hook in this composition plays a huge role in how fast they take this point. If you can just keep forcing them to hook and rehook and rehook, that's minutes off the clock.
Yeah. The thing is, the problem is once Widow is in place, with a defensive soldier, you're just screwed. I think what you need to do is sort of take the choke much more aggressively and already chop him up while they're doing that stuff here, right? While you're not in LOS of the Widow, while she's still up on that grapple cooldown from getting up the thingy, because this is a Dallas Fields Batman. not definitely not envious anymore, but Dallas Fuel mistake, right? Because they play such a defensive soldier that once this Widow is up here, it's over. If they play if this team plays a Mercy, and some people do that, they just damage boost the Widow and she just turrets into here from top of hut, right? So I don't know, it's hard. I understand why you want the soldier, especially because it builds into something as your second point defense, even though it sometimes doesn't. You quite often see people switch off the soldier.
Yeah, they go Genji sometimes.
Like, I just don't understand how Soldier is, for a first point of defense, being played so passively is the highest EV play here. I don't know. Feels like
So you're
it's kinda
saying
so
that.
hard.
So the idea that you're proposing, if I'm understanding correctly, is that you want the Soldier to be played more aggressively in the choke, like in the courtyard.
Yeah, just like pressure a little bit here. Play closer to the choke. Like,
Oh, okay.
punish
So like
them a little
hugging the
bit.
wall.
Yeah, like
okay.
here could be a tank line, and you're like here, and then you can like just damage courtyard, because this angle doesn't work for Widow, right? Like, you're completely avoiding Widow at this point. But you can definitely build up some damage, and in a best case scenario, you already have your tech visor when this fight needs to happen, right? Because at some point you need to sort of contest this point.
So where would you go? I'll say, okay, so like hypothetically, we move the Soldier up to hug like the wall of Pagoda, right? So
Yeah.
he's a little bit more aggressively positioned. What happens, or where do you move the Soldier then if Widow takes the house?
Well, ideally, I already have a huge advantage at this point. Like, maybe I already got a pick or whatever. But if they're actually playing slowly, then you may want to... Who's actually messaging here? What's this? What? Sorry, real quick.
No, you're good, dude. All right.
Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, I mean, the transition is definitely... Oh, by the numbers is starting. Okay. The...
ADHD brain.
No, I got some
Oh, you get like
messages.
a ping from it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, so you're here, and I mean, there's quite a couple of transitions. It's like, okay, so while this is happening, you can probably damage here. You have the internal cooldown of the hook in your mind. If you get a pick, you completely collapse. It doesn't even matter that she can turret. You can just trade faster, right? Now, this is obviously a little bit of a problem, but you should trade much more favorably. If you can't, then you need to retreat. I think probably... Oh, no. Hello? Hello?
Say what you just said.
Okay. You probably need to retreat either around there, or you have time to just go directly here. And then maybe post up high ground or whatever, but just so your tech visor can be effective. Because sometimes, like, there's so many variations of this, right? Like, we've seen this with Orisa even, where they post up the shield here, put the Orisa in here, and then they just try to turret from all these positions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this sort of works, but I don't know. It's just because, like, these comps I have also never seen in Overwatch League. This is just very different than Anazen, right? But
yeah. I guess another thing that you could do in terms of just like a hero composition choice is like Overwatch is a game where I feel like you can fight fire with fire really, really well. And I don't know. I guess a defensive Widow is a little risky because you don't have a ton of room to work with when it comes to like countering a Genji, I suppose.
yeah.
But if you know your opposing team actually does like to favor Widow a lot, I don't think it's a necessarily horrible choice. Because it makes this this kind of dance much easier, especially for the defending team if they do run Widow, because you can instantly pressure her no matter where she is. Okay. You put her in like the high ground above where like Elevote's standing, and she can just bop between windows. Yeah, she has to, obviously you have to hit shots, and she's going to have some very hard angles to fight into. I mean, you could even put her behind like the gate where like A-Fox is, put her there. You could rotate there from like the back position where we were talking about before, like the little platform that everybody gets dove on. You could rotate to the gate to fight off like somebody who's standing on the house, like Widow versus Widow type stuff. But I don't know. I think that I don't hate it, I don't hate like the soldier, but I wonder if like the reason why everybody plays it so passively is because it's such a huge kill target. Like like if you can take the soldier, it kind of breaks down the composition.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like a McCree in that sense, I
just
suppose.
in general, like sometimes people actually keep continuing playing. Like we talked about this last time, right? Like how people sometimes keep playing the Widow, and that it's not terrible, but ideally for B, I mean, okay, Hanamura. Ideally, for walkway, you want the soldier here, right? And you best already want your tech visor sort of built, so when you switch to Ana, if you do, and many teams do, that you have your tech visor almost like for the second go you do, right? And then you want your soldier to win that duel here and here. Most of the time, like, you will see like a Tracer compete here. And that's exactly where Rascal died, by the way. Like, his team was going up, and he already was posing up here, and nobody was helping him. Mickey was preoccupied here, right? And he, like, yes, he helps Rascal here, and Rascal is sort of on the verge of winning it, but then I think Tracer recalls or something happens, and then Mickey has, like, scatterbrain, and he looks up here, even though this is none of his business. He should be engaging here. And this is why Rascal says, I need help, right? And then he does.
Because he's just by himself.
Yeah, because like Mickey gets, I don't know, that there's no other call that's happening that requires Mickey to engage here. Now it's good to have these diva, you know, like these 90-degree angle snaps, so you have some awareness. And you know, like we talked about this, like Kumet does this all the time. So he has like the vision, so he would look like here. And then while he's firing, at some point he will just go like 90-degree angle, snap, and look, just take in the picture of what's happening here, or snap left, depending on where he can expect the opponent to be, right?
Right.
Like great divas have like a snap in their normal gameplay, almost like a timer, like you know, like the train driver has to put down the pedal in order to keep accelerating. That's basically what the diva has to do. Like, she has to watch like 90-degree angle here and here, right? So he does that somehow, but then does it too long, and then he doesn't help Rascal, right? And then he just dies, and yeah, I mean, it's sort of problematic, but yeah, this is actually this area here is the key to Hamamura, I feel like.
Where? Walkway? Yeah, for sure.
Like this part, right? Like you would see Winston's job up here. You will see all kinds of defenders always pressuring this area. Let's see how this actually develops in this game. So, I mean, we're probably taking... Oh, okay, they're re-engaging. Okay, Craggy, Kib. Fusions... It's again scrappy, right?
It's real scrappy, yeah.
Holy moly. Yeah, they actually... Holy beta Roni. Question is if you actually want Kip to stay there. Oh, I guess he gets out. That's a blade, dude.
That's very questionable. Yeah, I don't know why you just walk past him. I was like, oh, maybe they're staggering him. Maybe he doesn't have like a huge value, but you just build alt charge for free.
Thing is, like, AFox also has sort of like a counter, and here they get craggy. Okay, so this turns into a longer...
Oh, Crusade, buddy. Get your butt back in there.
Were you proud of me how I avoided calling it what we call that diva thing?
I don't remember. What is it?
I'm not going to say now.
I don't remember. Like, genuinely. Oni God beat. Okay. That's a reset, yeah. So the soldier seems to be the issue.
Mm-hmm. And this is probably, yeah, this is decently aggressive. I like that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not.
I don't feel like it's aggressive at all. I feel like they're just
Like,
catching.
I mean, if you're
Hurricane
not
dive
in a
really well.
super backline, behind the choke basically here, the one, I think that's fine because you're still impacting a lot, and the damage drop off is actually not happening as much.
I guess, yeah.
Okay,
Didn't
so,
really even take that into consideration.
okay.
So I feel like this should be a fairly decent fight for Hurricane. Great positioning for Blade. They dive Blade really well.
Yeah.
Dives on, pretty tight.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah, this is exactly the area which I was saying before, right? Where you want to, as dive, want to go into like a stationary comp,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. This is like very typical a dive target. It's even worse when you have an alt like Dragon Blade and you can pressure that. But hopefully it works out that way, or at least I think it should.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a defensive ultimate to work with unless they burst them down really hard. I don't know.
Yeah. That's true. So let's see. Oh yeah.
Jesus.
That's a field spam, man. I shouldn't talk in emotes, by the way.
Yeah, I have a bad habit. They still win it. I like.
Yeah.
It still works.
Oh. Are they is Hurricane being hurricaned? Yeah, they are.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Kib's back. Whoa, where are we going?
What?
Fusion's fragging. Kib's fragging.
No! This is the most hurricane fight of all time.
You
This
think
is
you're losing when you're not.
outrageously wrong.
You thought they were losing.
Come on, my dude.
It's so hard to like.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Okay, so let's look at where this started. All this lunacy. So dive in,
Dive the backline, get one, get picked.
get clicked.
They pop primal, knock fusions off. Okay, so Kib and fusions and Bach are running back at this point.
Craggy gets a fat, like a pulse bomb, and then it immediately kills. So this is 3, right?
Yeah, so it's like a consistent 3v3.
3. No, this is still 3v4, right? Or is it? This is only God.
Yes.
Soldier didn't die yet.
No.
And we just saw that the Mercy was healing the Zen, so there's still one down.
Mhm.
Okay. So then I suppose, like, what are they doing? This seems very scattered in a sense. So only God is here. The question is, where's Erky? He needs to be impacting this fight right now in order to come up with the. And this is very, I feel like, enthusiastic. He probably should take this route, and it ends completely differently, I think.
Well, I mean, you have to think about like where Craigie is. Are you gonna jump into a tracer?
No, I mean behind, or I mean Craigie is here. Right?
I mean, true, but I guess running behind and over probably is the best call, unless there's nobody over there. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough, especially in that position. Like, you really don't have anybody anywhere to go to, and no choice is good. Because I think even if you run back, it prolongs the inevitable, and Craigie can easily, cut left and just jump on him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he revived the soldier actually. So.
Where's the soldier though? I guess that's the question.
Yeah. Let's see. Here he revives him. Okay.
So it should still be on this platform, right? Because that's where he died to Blade.
Oh yeah, he died.
So he dies to Blade, gets rezzed, and that puts Ludi in.
He's the only one that dies to Blade, and sort of at the entrance. Okay. There, on the bench.
Yeah.
He's benched. Gets res.
Yeah, I think he should have, instead of off of the res, he should have followed the soldier. I don't know why he went the other way.
Oh, they get Happy. They get Craggy.
So now it's
and
a 3v3, a 3v4 again, right?
So this is Fusions.
Yeah.
Where's
It's
Kip is coming,
Fusions,
right?
and then Bach is coming probably at the he's at the gate.
So Fusions 1 frag. Oh god, this is a painfully slow death. Jesus. Yeah, you just win some 1v3, I guess. Lamau, I guess, okay, he gets finished off by Genji, but still, this is outrageous. Huh.
Gotta love it. Craggy to Soldier. I like.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not. Do you run double main healer? Oh.
Okay.
This is a new
I don't
meme.
hate it.
Triple tank soldier.
What's a meme?
It certainly makes taking walkway easier if you just get a pick. And you can just shove Roadhog down the stairs very Evermore style, you know? Just have him walk down the stairs uncontested if you can take the high ground.
That's true. That's a good
like,
point.
Who's going to stop you? Maybe the Ana just sleep starts you. Like, you have to commit Discord Orb to that target, and you immediately have to, like, right-click him.
Yeah.
And then you're, again, giving up walkway for free. So there's... yeah, I actually like that a lot. I think that's really smart.
Okay, Craigie up there. Oh yeah. Get that ball. Yeah. Okay. So how do you avoid that as a soldier? Was he too greedy? What is chunking actually? Where is that? That's this pulse bomb from Fusions, right? Fusions eats
Feels
a pulse
like
bomb?
it, yeah.
And he gets chunked? I mean, he does want the... Do you stay up here? Probably should at this point still, right? Though I understand the impulse, right? So he got huge damage from here. He's like, I gotta get out of the way here. Even though the only one that really could help him is like Halfy Cool with like a super well timed shift. But yeah, he's just fodder at this point. I mean, this push is dead in the anyway. I guess Cruze could have resurrected Fusion, but yeah. Don't like the poking a lot, but okay. It's okay. Okay, so they once again, like in this, there should be a name for this. Golden Square or something. Golden Square. Like here, this is the golden square. Makes sense. It's thematic, right? Too. Okay. And they're all here. Okay. This is like this angle. If I play solo queue, oh, I love it, dude. Like always, the Ana is always like here. It's always ding. It's ding, basically. Okay.
Good pushback. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, he drew out the. Ooh, this is so scary, dude. Like these are very problematic sometimes, depending on what you have left in terms of cooldowns.
If you live this fight as Hurricane here, I think you just
you just
take
win.
the point.
You just win.
Like they spent so much to win this fight.
This is gone.
Yeah.
This is gone. This is garbage, and I mean, yeah, you basically need a hero pulse bomb at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Nothing but the Diva
That's
bomb.
actually, wow, that's actually huge that he gets the Diva too.
Doesn't even get the
Wow.
chance to remake.
Fusions is pretty good at Overwatch, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like,
Who would have thought?
okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's the point. Or at least it should be. Valk's popped a damage boost. Fusion's still raging around.
Mm-hmm.
You position Kib on the low ground to cover both chokes.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. You're Gucci.
Yeah.
Bit of a zoning visor, but you know, it is what it is.
I mean,
There you go. Easy.
you might, like... What the hell was that?
Not sure. C9 low.
Like... Little insight. We're actually probably not going to have stats on instance labs, so you don't need to stats pad here, guys. You can just walk onto the point. It's fine. To be fair, I think this is just fundamentals kicking in. Because I think he needs his bubble to be up, and he waits for his bubble to be up, and then wants to go out. He misses a little bit of the jump, but here is where you ideally want your Winston to be, actually. You see this so often in Overwatch League that they just like poke around here, sometimes go here, to, like hold the point a little bit, and this is the way you get back after like being down a couple of men in these situations. This is basically this Winston allows you to have a chance, and it makes sense.
Yeah, it's the only spot that you can get test point that has any form of cover.
Yeah, but it also, like, he doesn't even need to necessarily contest point here, because usually that like you usually want to sacrifice some load for that. It's sadly too late. This is just like a good fundamental applied at the wrong time, because this is you're like in last resort mode. If you're not doing this, it's over, right? I mean, it's also over if you're doing this, but like you want to do the right decision here, especially because your Diva is actually coming in nano boosted. I feel like you could have scrapped out some seconds.
Yeah.
Like this right there is possibly 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's almost like a fight.
Also,
Or
this
that's
is a
shaving
fatty,
time of
dude.
a fight.
Look at this. Fusions
nade?
is naded.
Yeah.
And he's like, at this life, okay, so then Cruze could potentially res.
Gibbs naded too.
Kib's naded.
It's a big enough nade that they could have possibly swung the fight and maybe defended.
Yeah. Fusions even dies here. Yeah. I don't know.
That's rough.
Yeah. Bit of a, how do you call it? Who was the... It's not Kaiser. Titsy jump, right?
Yeah. I don't know why he always got so much hate. I feel like no matter what,
Yeah, that was
like there was
over.
nothing he could do there.
Yeah, that was very over. Okay, so let's see what Angry Titans does in terms of an attack.
All right, let's finish this map up. I gotta leave in like 15.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired too.
Oh, I think it's this map that they do some weird wonky stuff. Not Hurricanes, but Titans. Very like not bad, just like creative and like new.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a team do this.
Okay. So this is quad tank? Jesus.
You know, quad tank, and I think you push Blender here.
Are they push blender?
I think. At least I think you should.
Yeah. I mean, against quad tank, is this actually not bad, right? Like, Soldier's pretty good here. You shred, but...
I think the biggest thing to fight against quad tank, and that's the problem with like being on defense, is that you don't get the ability to swap heroes. So if they do just come out with quad tank and you're running something standard, like I think obviously Genji Tracer dive here is probably what you want to do and fight them early. Like you Diva Scout here.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that they're running or they're like very keen on running tanks, I think you Diva Scout, you see them running tanks, and you immediately send Tracer Genji out of the choke, and you're like, all right, we have to fight them before they get through the choke. You start the engagement before then.
Mm-hmm.
Because they still have to move. So if you just slow them down, I think that's great.
Okay.
And I don't think that you're really facing much pressure. Maybe you're facing the Roadhog hook. Obviously, hooks happen. But I think fighting before they get into, like, basically blender and then on the point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are, like, the two spots where you don't want them to be. Because it's very hard at that point to do anything. Other than just sit back passively and try to, like, race shield.
Oh, they're actually doing that. Okay. So they're going into... Oh, no. Yeah, they are. Okay, so what we call blender is this area here, right? Like this area is the blender, because we watched a VOD of Mayhem where Tivik was just slicing and dicing and slicing, right? To use some Casa jargon. And it was bad against Houston, right? Raucus and Clockwork and Banny got pretty...
They try to contest the blender as like a point on the map, and they just get cut up.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like this is a no-go zone, basically.
Yeah, you don't go through there.
Like this is problematic for
unless you have some sort of Junkrat Reaper comp.
Yeah.
Like you just kite back, you reposition, and you just try to hope and just try to play passively and let them and catch them on the point or something.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that's what they're planning on you doing, and they're going to just look for hooks. I think that's the idea here, is just getting picks with hooks and then just running you over.
I find this highly intriguing that this is sort of like a ring around the rosy at this point.
To keep away from him.
Yeah.
The only problem is you keep away from him too long and you just lose the point.
Yeah, now it's...
Sooner or later, you're going to have to engage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard.
Okay, so they lost Bach. Craigy's still contesting that point. Yeah.
Just keep away from the Reinhardt. Like, at this point, it's just waste time. Like, just try and stagger the point.
Yeah. Yeah, defending Hanamura is basically impossible.
There's a lot of good comps that you can run that you cannot cover with any kind of defensive comp. There is no like one answer for defense.
The thing is, that's one important thing, right? The comp that has the highest win chance of winning point A might not build into the best win chance for point B, right?
Mm-hmm.
So often, like, okay, so let's say you have a 90% win chance of doing this with quad tank, and you don't, but if you had, like, this might just translate into like a 30% win chance on your go here, right? But at the same time, you could have like a comp that only has like a 70% win chance here, but like equally transitions this into a, let's say, 50% chance here, and this 30% is actually not like it's a little bit misleading, because it's 30% and then you keep hammering into the B point, right? It's very hard to get anything.
Well, not only that, but if you have a 90% chance to win the first fight on like you take the first point very quickly, like you can snowball with a lot of like very good ults. So like what Angry Titans is coming into point B with, they're coming in with Coalescence. They probably can build Earth Shatter pretty quickly, and that's already like pretty scary, especially when you're going to be fighting on the point. And there's not a lot of like cover for you to take. Like maybe you get caught with like a Winston bubble, or it catches on a Winston bubble or something, but it's rough. So if you snowball the point, or if you just roll over the point with a 90% win chance. That 30%, like you said, it is misleading, but you are getting those ultimates to make that 30% even, I think, a little bit better. Depends on the fight, obviously, because like Angry Titans don't have like a ton of ult lead, and they're forcing Hurricanes to switch, but it's something to keep note of. And that there again, maybe that 30% doesn't work out. You know, maybe you fall on the 70% side, and then you can just swap. Just go swap something else, and it's fine.
True. That's true. Okay. So they realistically only have Coalescence here, but maybe they can do something with that.
Just ring around the Rosie again.
Yep.
But this is better for the defense, obviously, because you have way more ground to just work with.
Yep. Now, who's that on top there? Oh, that's Kip. Okay. Huffy cool. Okay. Okay. Doing that. This is hard though. Does this contest actually? I'm claiming ignorance here, but does this contest?
I actually don't know.
I don't think it does, right?
We're about to see.
No, it does. I think nobody else is on the point, right?
Oh, you're talking about actually the point. I thought you were talking about the Tesla cannon. I don't know.
Like, look at this. There's a 1 here, right? So this is contesting.
I guess, yeah.
Like, how do you get up here?
Yeah, as them, yeah, I don't know. You sent Elevote up there to try and contest that?
Yeah, I mean, you need to...
Which he was there, but he got pushed off. Oh!
Yeah, that's the...
That's a game-winning nade.
Yep.
Or fight-winning, sorry.
Yep. So now it's go time. Fusions needs to... Yeah, he's dancing well. Okay, and then now they get to pick. And this is like huge, right? Getting first pick as defense. Still even, but you obviously get the respawn. Yeah, this is still okay. Pulling a little bit back. They're still contesting. There's still... Ooh, Kip's pretty lucky there.
This is good for Hurricane.
Oh wow. Okay. Now it's all in... Oh. Did they get fusions? Yeah, they get him. Oh, through nano. Ah, that's brutal, man.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have probably gotten more out of this fight. To be fair, there was a beat in there, but it feels like they could have probably turned it around somewhere. Okay, so here they have the beat.
I think it kind of ends on the dance. Like if you tighten up the weird ring around the rosy stuff, because I can't imagine that they've faced this in scrims a lot. Like this feels very odd. It sets you on the wrong foot, or it sets you on like the back foot, and you have to kind of call a plan on the fly if you've never faced this before. You know what I mean? In one small like window that you miss on an engage, like now they're on the point. And they have a close range comp, and we have to fight them before they get on the point. They're already on the point. What do we do? You just have to fucking call something.
Yeah. A little, like, too passive for my taste, yeah. Like, after this, maybe they didn't communicate that the nade was actually fat. And
you think?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like they're reacting much to it.
Yeah, the trigger could have been pulled a little bit harder, maybe.
Boom. So Craggy.
What happens?
I mean, to be fair, Craggy and Crusade are not in the best positions. But
oh, he immediately gets pushed off. That sucks.
He gets pushed off. Okay, but where's Huffy doing all
Huffy's
this?
on the right, on the small.
Did he just teleport there?
I don't know. Actually, it's hard to see. He sits there, and I think he might just be there the entire time. I don't know where Translocator is, though. That's the problem. Oh, there he goes. I don't know where he is now, though.
I think he teleported to a Mega here.
Ah, okay.
Does he need to, though? Let's see.
Maybe he's predicting that they rotate through there off of the bio. So they get naded, and maybe he thinks they're going to push through to the Mega.
I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive here. He needs
Oh,
to
definitely.
little bit more in. I'm not sure if he can get into. I mean, he could apply some pressure onto Onigod, for instance. But just so they have a second low target, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this downtime is the breaking point in this fight, because you only get a Lulsish, like here. It's already out of the. Then they need the beat in order to do that. And now a second kill should be happening because they went up, right? But
Right.
block is low. Only got already healed up again.
And then Urki just gets ult mid-fight, pops it, and cleans.
Yeah. And this is not, like, if you're looking here, like, look at this, like, that separating damage. I feel like these two get equal amounts of damage here. Let's see.
Yeah.
A little bit, right? A little bit. I'm not sure if he dies if he receives that damage, but okay. Yeah, this is... Ooh. DMAC? He actually doesn't get the DMAC, right? Yeah. Then I don't hate it, right? Like, now this is perfect. Like, nobody's actually dying from Hurricane. Now someone died. Okay. And this... Now it just collapses. It's bad.
Just falls in on itself.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Alright, let's shelf this. I gotta go get ready.
Alright.
Alright, I'll
Alright.
probably see you tomorrow at some point for
Bye, Joe.
today's Tuesday. Today, yeah. We have Owl tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll see you then. Bye.
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 Let's finish this up real quick, just so, because it's unsatisfying to not do the math.
Unsatisfying not to.
I'm also tired as hell. Let's see, who's actually still here?
No one. Everybody abandoned you.
See, I feel like Ringwatch was the peak of the stream.
Probably.
Slow, cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know, my channel list doesn't work. Okay.
Unlucky.
So, once again, scouting it out. Let's fast forward. Did they do anything different? Oh yeah, here we have the Hansel Scout again, very good. Basically the same thing, right? Okay. Trying to get picks. You do lose this map, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a trade killer once again. Dwindling down. I think he's in a pretty good position. It's not being pressured. Yeah, you should have this. Oh yeah. Oh, Huffy's popping. Very nice. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. Now, question is, do you actually keep the Widow? I mean, some Overwatch League teams even do it. Like, to keep the Widow just for one fight. And also, like, statistically, Widow
Sometimes
ult
do.
is one of the best ults in the game. So just statistically, in terms of fight impact. Like, one would think it's really...
Yeah, because you know where people are.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Like, wallhack is pretty good in FPS games, turns out.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, you're going main? Ooh. Okay. Actually, don't... Yeah, I mean, you don't need to funnel a soldier up there. I feel like Craggy is actually your tank. Like, he seems to stall so much and draw so much attention. I'm sure it's not even... Like, sometimes this is, for instance, probably not as impressive than in stats, but it's like, I feel like Craggy's so often alone on a point, and then Fusion's just getting healed up or something, and he's still sort of causing a lot of, like, just, you know, drawing attention and therefore basically avoiding damage much like a tank would. Doesn't really matter if if it's net less net damage. It's just what it is.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, so now do you switch? You probably should switch. Yeah, you do. Okay. Craggy onto soldier. Nice, nice. The Roadhog is actually intriguing. I don't think we've seen the strength of it yet, but well, at least in the first go. Okay.
He's beef.
Okay. So this should be an eco push, right? Because this is 2 support ults, even though that's 1 nano. Yeah, I mean, okay. What do you actually... maybe you can draw out some. I don't think you can win it here. The thing is, also time's kind of running low. It's actually hard.
They're doing a really great job in like zoning us.
Yeah, I think you need to make something happen here. I don't know if... yeah, it's hard. Do you just say, okay, we're trying to build up our ults, and we do actually have trans to sort of match that. But then again, like,
Yeah.
Tire is huge, because 1 pick on the attack, if you just get 1 pick with Tire, it's basically almost over. So I feel like this is exactly the time frame where you're like, should we, where you're actually contemplating, do we do 1 attack or 2? Do we do 1 very quick one and then wipe quickly, but then you sort of threaten to be staggered? Or do you play it slowly? Oh, I guess you're playing it slowly, and yeah, and that's exactly, yeah, okay. I mean, this is exactly what happened, right? Like, you get the Tire pick on Mercy, no less. Like, you could have probably recuperated if the Mercy gets the rest onto the target that gets tired, but Mercy is too sleepy. Oh, you actually get DMAC too. Yeah, okay. Well, you do... Oh, well. Does Craggy die here? Ooh. Yo. That's... I mean, it's hardly avoidable, but that's exactly what... Like, it's funny, because that's exactly what I said, right? Like, do you take 1 slow fight? And Bok basically decided that this was going to be the 1 fight. He's going to pick trans, and they didn't even commit their trans. So the next fight, the next fight is already sort of very much at a disadvantage. But so Bok decides that for himself. I think everyone should have been on that. I guess if you get blown out, yeah. Your next thing is then, if Crusade actually gets hit, to try to get that second fight. But yeah, Craig, like, this is not even really something Craigie can do. It's just a matter of strategy that you die here. That's unfortunate. Guess Crusade gets you, yeah. Ooh, was that a tight contest? Let's see. 3, 2, ooh. Oh boy. Okay, well, a second. No, he's only on now. Wow. Okay, that was actually very close. The fusion's also dead here. Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah, this fight is not winnable. Basically, it's the fight before what you do with that, and that's already an uphill battle. So I suppose it's the fight even before that. Yeah, you probably need to win the Widow fight if you want to cap this point. Fair enough. I mean, the time bank wasn't kind to you there on the first go around. Okay. So, quad tank again. I mean, what could you have learned from this? Like, now you obviously sort of need to defend A, and that's 5 minutes defending A is super impossible. You probably want to draw here. But if you can get them 1 or 2 attacks off A, that would be huge. I like this a lot, actually, because you realize they did the loop around, and now you're entirely here. The question is if you can win that fight. But you expect, like, this is super counter, right? You play the Junkrat.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that's actually... I like this a lot. The problem in the... Yeah, this is a bowling ball. Look at this. It's just they're playing bowling. It is scrappy. And they're just pushing up here. Maybe you need to move it a little bit differently, but I can't even blame you too much, because this is like... This is trying to play the counter, probably not having played it like a huge amount, and how you need to move against quad tank. Yeah. But it's definitely the right thought. I think if you encounter this in scrims like 4 or 5 times, I would actually, like, if I was the coach, I would literally have a drill for this. Like, just have it, like, ask some team to run that attack like 5 or 6 times against you, and I think then you know what you need to do. But then again, like, this is true for every single comp they could have thrown at you, and it's still a fairly fresh meta. So, I mean, this is okay. Okay. But this is full hold potential. No. Which is nice. Okay, that's fine. Nice. I gotta say, I'm smitten by Angry Titan's map movement. It feels like they do take the other route, right? They do a lot of looping around and getting a better position, and not necessarily losing anyone in the process. They're fairly tight. I like that. Now they switch back. Okay. This maybe they're overspinning now. Oh yeah. I mean, Kib already has built up a tire and keeps them mush. Okay. Once they engage, they don't have support ultimates. Now you want... Oh, sorry. They don't have support ultimates really. So you wanna tire before the Lucio ult comes up. Can you know that Lucio doesn't have ult? I mean, it's hard. You have poked a lot there. And I do think that Moira overhealed a little bit while she already had ult up. So I think you got tire. But even then, you got beat against you. But even then you probably tire to get the beat? I don't know. That's hard. That's hard to say. That's something you probably need to try. Ooh, yeah, okay, that graph is a beaut. Where's the tire? Boom. That's an overkill tire, I feel like. Okay, let's see. That's one of those ultimates that probably steals too many ultimates, additional ultimate charge. Then again, who could have charged? Yeah. So craggy ults. I don't think that's terrible. Now you go in. But this is... Who's actually ulting there? Oh yeah, it's Happy Cool. I feel like this is too much. It's probably too much invested. Yeah. And now you need to full hold, so you need to probably be more resourceful with your ultimates. I bet that bites you in the ass in the end. But it's very hard to coordinate in a fight. I think you need to Like if Craigie says I'm going to graph, then someone needs to say that he is going to combo that.
Yeah.
Now they do have beat, but okay. I mean, they could even run one more dry run, I feel like, and then be super safe about it, but... Oh my... Oof. Okay. I think that should never happen. I don't think Junkrat should ever die here. Let's see if I'm being unfair, but... Where's Kib? Did Kib just jump onto point?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, okay, if he does some crazy air movement and he's actually on the roof here, that's okay. But I don't think that's what he's doing. Yeah, this is like Junkrat on point, and then it's just sharks basically. Yeah. Okay. Nice. That's a nice shetty. Do they counter shadow each other? Jesus. Wait. Boom. Let's actually look at their ultimates. It feels like they're... Boom. Ooh. This feels bad. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the angles were just exactly in a way that Fusion Shadow sort of went poof, but I think already this is sort of done with Kip dying. That's like the majority of your damage gone. He pops off here.
Ripperino.
I mean, it is okay. I mean, Onigod has graph in a bit. That's definitely a problem anyway. And you probably need to pull some miracle ultimate combination off, but this is the stairs upwards, right? Yeah. I feel like, okay, so if a mistake like this happens, I think you need to be completely egoless, say you fucked up, and tell Hafi. Maybe he can save you. I'm not sure. Probably not, but it probably delays the entire thing, and your team can damage from up here. You could even... I don't know if he actually gets bubbled. No, Fusions gets bubbled. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the team knows that Kip was in huge trouble. Or maybe it's... could it be that he wanted to bubble Kip but couldn't? Because of line of sight? It's possible. No. He just wasn't as aware, I guess. I mean, you have save potential, but... Yeah, especially because you beat 2, right? Am I right? Yeah. Yeah, the beat actually goes out after, much after. Yeah, I think you could have saved him if he completely says like, I fucked up, I fell down. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, at best you draw this, right? This is definitely an uphill battle. It's probably not worth to go over this idea too much, because you definitely didn't lose that fight in that, or that map in that fight, but yeah. Probably the first attack took too long. That's probably what.
Probably, yeah.
Oh well. I mean, then you go on to reverse sweep them, right? So, okay. Let's
Yeah,
think about...
Oasis and Junkertown were a tiny bit better.
Yeah. Junkertown. I mean, it makes absolute sense to me that you excel on maps like Do you have a high win percentage on Junkertown?
I wouldn't say it's excel.
Do you not win a lot on Junkertown?
Decent amount in scrims. Can only talk about.
Okay, no, you don't need to. Like, but it feels like that's a scrappy map, and like you win scrappy fights so often. And then also, I mean, one thing, probably want a super good Junkrat. I mean, I didn't see enough of it, so that's not fair to say. Yeah. But good job anyway to have the resilience to get back into the series. Do you even play? Let's just real quick because I'm quite tired, but real quick, just want to see what sort of thing you play. Okay, Widow, nice. Junkrat. By the way, for those watching, Junkrat on Junkertown is busted. Like this ultimate, if you use ultimate on Junkertown, so if you use the tire on Junkertown, your team, if the other team doesn't use that ultimate, has a 75% win chance or something. It's completely busted. It's by far the, like, in terms of what maps and then in relation to which ultimates have the most impact. Junkrat Tire on Junkertown is by far the best ultimate in the game. It's actually completely stupid. And it's mostly because, I don't know if they have images of that, but oh, Junkertown, yeah, Junkrat. Because of this here. So this skybox is completely ridiculous, I feel like. You can just boost over it, and it's practically impossible to avoid any sort of picks. You just this ultimate has far up north of 1 kill per ultimate on average for Junkrat players. I would think. And 1 kill per ultimate is insane. Like, we're talking about like prime who are you architect levels of Genji ultimates, and they never basically on average caught 1 kill per ultimate. They were always like scrabbing it, like 0.9, 0.95, but never over 1. I'm pretty sure the great Junkrat players who get a lot of ultimates, and then also in this part, I'm pretty sure in general on Junkertown they probably have like 1.3 or something ridiculous. It's not just here, but also in the third part. Like even here, you can dance around with the tire. It's just completely busted. I don't know, you can come from everywhere. Sound is not that great, so, or I mean, okay, it's probably one of the best in the FPS genre, but yeah, you probably just die, and they get fat picks too. So this is definitely problematic, yeah. Oh well. Protect the prisoner, alright. Anyway, let's skip a little bit ahead. I want to see. Did they finish? They didn't finish. And you. Some Widow. Oh, this is getting close here. Who? Oh yeah. Oh, is this a signature Hurricane fight right here?
What?
Like the one on Junkertown, point B?
You mean the comp?
No, I mean like the fight. Like you're basically in overtime. Okay, you're far ahead in ultimates, but okay, you need to win this fight or you get held before point B. Kill. Okay, I guess this is fairly straightforward, isn't it? Oh, they're overcommitting a little bit here. I feel like, yeah, this is a bit of a gift. Yeah, they shouldn't have gone this out here. Should have rather tried to get you in third. I mean, it's close enough, but I still don't think it's a positive expected value play. Oh, okay.
It's hard to evaluate.
Yeah. Well, it's close enough, but at the same time, you keep most of your ultimates. You're not even at full power, right? You want to conserve ultimates. You're winning this without using them, and now it gets easy, right? So this is probably closer than it should have been, but or could have been if you decided you had to commit ultimates. So now it's fairly easy because they don't have support ultimates at this point. Skip forward, skip forward, skip. And we're scrap fighting again. You're one down. Watch him win this. Oh no, you're actually regrouping, aren't you? No, you're not. Oh my god, this is so hurricane. Oh my. Whew. Always.
Can we talk about the terminology? This is so hurricane.
So, I gotta get Baroy to do some stats on this because I feel like you're one of the teams that when they concede first kill or if they are down, you have to be the team that wins the most fights and like still wins the most fights when from behind. It's just crazy how with how much
oh, so it's a positive thing.
Happens. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not an overly positive thing to always have to scrap fights because you could definitely have it a lot easier if you just blew out opponents and then would bask in your glorious ult advantage. But I mean, as long as you're winning, whatever.
I guess
it's just more heartache, I guess. Fusion's monstering again. Yep, Fusion's monstering. You call him the young gesture.
Would you call him that? Like if you call him that, he would be so happy. He's looking up to gesture so much.
I mean, for good reason. Guy's a motherfucking monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be the happiest little monkey on earth.
You win this 2-1, don't you? 12 minutes? No, you're too open.
I don't want to spoil you.
Okay.
You spoiled yourself.
Yeah, it's 12 minutes left, so 11 minutes. It's probably too old. Okay, what you doing here? Oh, Kip on Farah. I suppose we haven't seen that much. We saw it first map, right? If I'm not mistaken. Some?
First time it was happy.
Happy. Oh, yeah. Right, definitely, yeah. Crusade. Oh, Astro in again.
Astro is our king of the hill.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's your clockwork.
Basically, but he hits more shots.
So he's a pine.
Nah, not particularly.
Ooh, okay. That's also. This is by the way, just
the most satisfying thing ever.
Like, what people don't realize is that Farah versus Farah, and I've talked to very good Farahs about this, but there's certain types of Farahs, right? There's Farahs that just go for air battles, there's Farahs that just will ignore you but have good movement in order to dodge your stuff. But some Farahs just keep going for it, and it's sort of like a lottery with a skill component, right? Like, okay, some people just hit more air shots, but it's also extremely strategical in terms of how you use your cooldowns. Because what happens here is, okay, so he gets the first rocket, And what he should be doing probably right now, and I don't know if he actually used it already. Let's see. Okay, he's.
The thing is, you always want to have like the high ground, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So he boosted a little bit later. Should have it though. Okay, he should have it about now. And I think he should have used it. Maybe he hits the skybox, but the problem is once you get that one random rocket, you can just boost into him, and then you just trade. But it's fine. Like if you land 2 consecutive rockets, that breaks the healing cycle, so you just die at this point. So, bam, bam. Doesn't even get counter rocketed. Okay, sweet. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. He's staggering himself. That's nice. Wow. It's a massive difference, obviously, in ult charge. But, okay.
In ultimate economy?
I suppose. Which is alive and well. If it died, you Edens wouldn't have survived the smell. Whew! He hits them. I mean, it's also a little bit more predictable, I suppose, but... Oh yeah, Kip wants... Oof! Oof! Okay. Kip's on his flatter stuff right now.
It's on his flatter stuff.
I don't know... Huh. Okay. Okay. That was funny. Hey guys, what you doing? Having a party? I want to come too. I want to come too. And then it's like, the parents are fighting. Oh, okay.
No, and the parents.
Guess I'll go home. Jesus. Okay, this is scrappy.
Crabby?
Oof. Okay. Like, this wasn't as impressive as it was, like, smart in a sense that... Okay, so we shall now call Kib of the super kind of Pharah. So what people actually don't know is that super is renowned within Overwatch League cycles as actually a sick Pharah player. Might be the best Pharah player on Shock. And what he does is he doesn't give, like, he's basically air battling you.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't care about ground whatsoever. He will just follow you around because he's very good at air battling, and that's why he's one of the more scary Pharahs, much like sometimes Fleta would be, right? So the problem is that this movement by Erky is actually very predictable because he's moving this direction. So you have a very solid target. He's not going up and down or like moving like this, right? He's ignoring way too much his opponent's Pharah. So he's strafing a little bit, but now because in that moment he's now sort of in the moment where he needs to switch directions, Kip's too close. I think he should have probably taken the fight already. And he hits him once here. Who does he even try to get? I mean, Funny Esther is just probably too juicy, I suppose. But yeah, here it's just like, this is the easiest shot. You could just go. Oh, no, never mind. That was actually very hard. Okay, never mind. That was... Okay, This one, bam. But this is, oh yeah, okay. Keep on his flutter shit. He could have realistically also just, I don't think the Diva was there. He could have realistically just anti-barraged. But okay. Easiest victory. Jesus.
The whole thing overall wasn't that easy.
Okay, so... Oh, whoops. Ooh, too far. 20 seconds back. 20 seconds back. Okay, so what do we have here? Triple tank Junkrat against Pharah again. I'm not sure if I'm Urky if I want to pick that Pharah battle again after what's just been done to me, to be honest.
And Pharah is not very common on University. Maybe they thought they have an upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, in this sense, I guess you're also, like, they are kind of right. Maybe they scouted well what you're doing here. I don't know if that's possible at this point in this.
Yeah.
Okay. He's getting sort of like too little advantages here, I feel like. Where is he even? Should probably be chunking you way more. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is air rockets, this is onto shields. They can still outmove. Oh my. Okay. I feel like he could have outmoved this. I feel like this. Yeah, he definitely has boost up again. He probably could have moved off this. It's nice by Hafi, but I think a better Mercy probably moves this better. I mean, okay, so I probably don't want to personalize that, but maybe I'm even confident that he, like AFox, probably plays this better most of the time. Let's see. Like, am I being unfair? Let's see. Okay, so he boosts up here. With 6 seconds. Okay, that was not the boost. Now he just used it. Cooldown's like 3 seconds, right? 3 or 4 seconds? For Guardian Angel. I mean, this could be just in time for this to work. And I also see Crusade damaging it a little bit. Maybe that's just super nice timing and Kafi actually sniffed that out. Yeah, that's... Maybe that Diva could have done some. I mean, they're also all being sort of pushed apart. Yeah. It's not even micro missiles, it's just Diva stuff. Wow.
He just flies on her with the Crusade beam.
Yeah, that's nuts. That was actually beautifully done, I gotta say. I mean, I still think you could have somehow avoided that, but you also can't count on that happening to you, so... Okay, I retract my statement. It was probably not as misplayed as I thought it was. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Crusade clutches this. Once again turns into Scrap Lord Mickey. Kip on Tracer. Okay, I see you. Like, call me stupid, but isn't Oni God like a... Wasn't he for the longest time a Genji main?
Tracer.
But way back in the day? Wasn't he playing Genji for
No.
E United and stuff?
No, he was the off tank at that time.
Oh yeah. Why do I remember him? Oh, I think because he had sick artists on his stream creating Genji skins for him, I think.
maybe.
Oh, am I actually misremembering so much? What's the slap, please? What's the slap? Okay, let's see. Players. Holy God. Oh, all capital letters. Angry Titans. Yeah, I actually do. A lot of soldier. Yeah, not bad. Okay, this is obviously before, like, we didn't, or Baroy didn't track the United time, so, but still, this speaks towards him being a hitscan main. Okay, fair enough. Then again, like, I didn't engage much with the European scene because I was so preoccupied with let's see here. You actually see it there. Yeah, this is United. There's actually some stuff. Yeah, Zarya Diva. Zarya.
I think they put him on
okay, now I remember.
on
Okay.
off tank.
Yeah, okay, I remember, yeah.
In Team Norway he was more of a how's it called?
Soldier, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I remember this. I remember thinking, so when Onigod came into E United, I thought, like, yeah, that guy had potential. I remember thinking this. Wait, let's see. Okay. I think I tweeted about it. Let's see if the old Yiska has his wits
The old Yiska
together.
knows.
Having reviewed Onigod, I think he's a safe pickup for Reunited. Few upcoming talents on the horizon, and he's one of them. Should have been one of them. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Wow. He's pretty OG then, I guess. Sweet. Brush. Brush. Got brush. Oh, that's the happy bump. I loved how they in Fnatic used Happy Bombs. They had such a meticulous way, especially on King's Row. I remember one thing, you know, the Kumat era and stuff, when Kumat was still a DPS. Or was he? Yeah, I think you were playing Diva and Zarya. And were you playing triple? Yeah, that was triple tank era. Yeah, it was. Huh. Yep. Okay. Okay. Once again in trade mode.
Javi's giving the giving AFox a hard time.
Javi's like dinner's ready. I gotta clutch this real quick. You're not getting any percent. Bang. Nope. Whew. Yep. So, like, I feel like if you were, so for instance, let's just muse on this, right? If what I would ideally want to do if I'm in a new Overwatch League team is to only engage with cores. So I would definitely not build a completely new roster, but I would pick up a core that has either shown potential or is a championship winning core. Right? I would probably not gamble on completely doing new stuff. Now, your core is super, like, scrappy in a sense that you win these fights a lot on individual performance. And I feel like if that core was to get into Overwatch League, you would probably have to have been bashed into the ground once before just to get over that scrappy style. because yes, it's obvious that you're out muscling almost everyone on individual performance, but it's like, because that is enough, it feels like you don't have to do other stuff that would be necessitated by losing. You know what I'm saying? Like currently you're just like being super sick in terms of individual performance. Like Craigie probably one of the best. Traces definitely in contenders. Kip, very solid flex. Hafi, very solid tank. Also, like, interesting picks what he has behind that. Fusion's definitely probably, from what I've seen, and that's admittedly not a lot, but one of the best main tanks. So that's already like super interesting. But I feel like it would probably, like, if you wanted to stay together as a Overwatch League core, you probably would need to have a Misfits treatment. You know, like, Misfits back in the day were just the best team around. Then they got, like, pummeled for a while. And then they found themselves and actually developed what, like, super solid dive is about. Like, had all the fundamentals down of shot calling, whatever, right? When Sebosai like committed to a shot calling role, and then like sometimes, because like I feel like, I mean, you don't necessarily need to lose first in order to realize this, but you can keep working at like synergy, and in a sense, like, synergy is definitely there, just on a smaller scope, right? It's not like it's like a 6. I feel like because the reason you win so much is because your team almost functions better with 4 people than other in comparison, you know? Like, the smaller the set of people are in a fight, the less complexity there is. Like, the better the coordination is, because then your players have like an intuitive feel what to do in the moment, and then it's like you have like these individual performances. But one thing, for instance, that I would definitely look into developing, just because, like, both as like a long-term goal, but also as like a super selling ground for if people were to be bought out by Overwatch League, is to develop that Winston Tracer combination more, because everyone's doing it in Overwatch League right now, right? Where it's like Gesture, Prophet, Sebiobi, Mano. Like, they keep giving Jaehong and whatever nightmares, right? Like, if you have the ability to just dry push with these two all the time, then like it's super attractive also to Overwatch League teams. So I don't know. I think like it's almost, the reason that you won this is basically because, like, this is exactly what I would expect from a team like this. You know, like in the end of the individual skill just outshines most of the stuff, because Angry Titans were actually fairly tight, no pun intended, in most of their macro strategy. They were looping around and stuff, right? That wasn't bad. I feel like maybe there's a little bit too much like not one-dimensional strategy, definitely not, but like shot calling maybe. And then again, I mean, I already told you about, state of the fight, shot calling or whatever that Fissure does.
Yeah.
So overall, yeah, like, I mean, in the end, it wasn't that close, to be honest. Like, you stomped Oasis pretty handily. Numbani was some miracle fights again. What were the first maps? Oh god, it's so late. My brain's hacked. What were the first maps? You went 1-1, right? So you lost the first one, won the second one, then lost the third one. Hanamura? Yeah, like first attack was probably on B was probably. I like that you adapted though. That's definitely something that sort of disproves my point to an extent. But yeah, I guess you need to hone out what that that counter strategy would look like the pathing mainly. Yeah. All right. Ah, Jesus. Tired. And we didn't look at it the entire series. We skipped large parts of Junkertown, so maybe there's something. Anyway. Alright, I'll just shut this stream down. Thanks for watching. I hope we'll keep doing this more in the evening, depending on who's there. Maybe I'll just sometimes do it alone, depending on if I want to find something interesting or something. Definitely also, I don't know if someone posted actually in request. Oh, there is a chat channel that I created called Request, but it's probably better if you have specific interests to just post to me on Twitter. That's definitely not an assurance that I will do it, but maybe you raise some question that I find interesting and that we can then talk about. Like one thing I definitely want to do for someone that was asking what happened to GC Busan, that's probably something that I want to find out too, what the difference is. My current hunch is that Huyal only slowly now is getting up to the new diva, and that's the problem, that people are more smarter in terms of how you engage counter dive. Hagopion is not one of the best Zenyattes anymore in the competition, because we now have actual monsters in the league like Bedos and Jonak, and Neko too, by the way. But yeah, I mean these are just working hypotheses that we sort of need to feed with some actual observations or data. So we'll see. If you have any other requests, either Twitter or Curious Cat. And if I'm online while streaming, there's channel requests, and maybe we can do something there. Anyway, good night.
Good night.